Audio check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Audio check. Audio check. 1 2 1 2. थोड़ा कम करना, बस लेवल हल्का सा कम करिएगा. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Sir, now OP. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Audio.
तो सरला ने बोला कि तो
यार एक बड़ा इशू बना था, आई थिंक यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट, है ना?
बहुत
तो
होगा वो
बाहर
मैच
में भी
खेल
आया
गया
था.
और उसी टॉस में खेल गया थोड़ा पीछे Hello and welcome. It is qualifier 2, one step away from the final of the Pakistan Junior League. I've got the match referee next to me, Mr. Ali Naqvi, and then Ubaid Shahed in Bahawalpur Royals colours, and Abbas Ali. He's, of course, here for the Mardan Warriors. So, Ubaid has got the coin.
Head is the call,
Here is the call.
and that's tails.
सबसे पहले ये बताएं उबैद करना क्या है?
हम पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे.
पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे. अब एक मैच रह गया है फाइनल से पहले। मैं ये बात कर रहा था आपसे कल भी कि परसों की जितना भी जोर लगा सकते हैं वो अभी लगाना है। बताइए क्या स्ट्रैटेजी है, क्या प्लानिंग है, क्योंकि ये अच्छा पिच लग रहा है।
जी हम सेम टीम के साथ जा रहे हैं, बट थोड़े से हमने चेंजेस किए बैटिंग ऑर्डर के साथ, थोड़ा सा हम शफल कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाह रहे हैं। लेट्स सी हाउ पिच वर्क्स।
चेज करने में आपको लग रहा है कि यहाँ पे ज़्यादा चांसेस हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, हम स्टार्टिंग में भी ये सेम गेम प्लान के साथ गए थे कि पहले हम बॉलिंग करेंगे बाद में चेस पे जाएंगे, तो अभी वही कोई बैक कर रहे हैं।
चलिए ठीक है, गुड लक टू यू।
थैंक यू।
अब्बास पहले बैटिंग आ गई है, तो फिर आपकी बॉलिंग पे तो आपको वैसे भी काफ़ी वो है, यकीन है, तो सही है, बचा लेंगे स्कोर?
जी बिल्कुल अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, पहली बैटिंग हो या बॉलिंग हो, लेकिन हमारा टीम बहुत स्ट्रांग है। इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि 160 150 तक करे हो।
बैक टू बैक खेलना पड़ रहा है, तगड़े हैं।
जी बिल्कुल, ये प्रेशर मैचेस होता है, बैक टू बैक खेलना होता है, लेकिन हमारे लड़के बहुत अच्छे हैं। इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे अच्छे खेलेंगे।
अब वही सवाल सबसे पहले आता है माइंड में, बैटिंग आ गई है तो कितना होना चाहिए?
जी हम कोशिश करेंगे 150 160 तक करें। हमारी बॉलिंग बहुत स्ट्रेंथ बहुत अच्छी है, कोशिश करेंगे इंशाल्लाह उन लोगों को पकड़ लेंगे।
क्या तब्दीलियां लाएं टीम में?
अर्ची नहीं खेल रहे और अब्दुल्ला नहीं खेल रहे, एमल खेल रहे और समामा रियाज खेल रहे।
चलिए, गुड लक टू यू।
ओके।
So the news from here, Bahawalpur Royals have won the toss and they're bowling first. Bahawalpur Royals have a second bite of the cherry after falling prey in the hands of the Gawada Sharks.
And gone.
They will hope Basit Ali and company can fire them to the final.
What a performance from Basit Ali.
They meet the resurgent Mardan Warriors who claim the scalp of Rawalpindi Raiders, led by the speed of Mohammad Abidullah.
That's another wicket.
The ferocious hitting of Farooq and the consistency of Shahzeb Khan.
Runs are coming quite comfortably.
Who will grasp the opportunity to take on the Sharks in the final? Only time will tell.
Welcome back to Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. We're all set for the last qualifier between the Bahawalpur Royals and the Mardan Warriors. Welcome back to PJL. It's a nice, slightly chilly evening here in Lahore, and we're all set for the second qualifier to see which team will be going forward and facing the Gawada Sharks in the final. Tomorrow, I've got Sana and Dom with me here. Sana, both these teams have been equally good throughout. Which one do you think has slightly more of an edge tonight?
I think when we follow these teams, Bahawalpur Royal have had more complete performances, and I think as a unit they look more balanced to me overall. But the Mardan Warriors, with every game, they are becoming better. They might be peaking at the right time, but I still think Bahawalpur Royals have a slight edge.
Dominic, what do you think about the game tonight, and especially who will be facing the Sharks tomorrow? Which team do you think will be better equipped to do that?
I think the Royals will be better equipped, but I think with the Warriors winning last night, coming in tonight, look, it's a big ask for them to go 3 back-to-back games and try and take on the Sharks tomorrow. I think tonight that the Warriors will think they can get one over on the Royals because they've had an extra game and maybe. But look, it's all set to be a great game, and let's see who can get through and play the Sharks tomorrow night.
Well, the first qualifier was one cracker of a game, and the Sharks were, of course, very convincing with that win, as they have been throughout the tournament. Let's take a look at the match summary from the first qualifier. So yeah, Dominic, as you said, the Sharks will be resting for 2 days, so they'll be looking good tomorrow.
Yeah,
not sure about the Royals.
No, they've been the best side, and I think they've been the best side because when they've been put under a bit of pressure, they've done well. Win the toss, obviously that's a help. They bowled first, and I just thought that they really bowled well as a side. Mohammed Ismail, who I think is a sensation, 3 for 10. I thought Aftab Ahmed was good with 1 for 23, and Arafat Minas 1 for 19. And then in reply, Zulkifel with that half century, and Benkenstein, who led from the front. They're a solid performing team, and obviously a convincing win by 8 wickets.
Of course, let's talk about Mardan Warriors. Now, they'll be playing a continuing game, back to back, a very important point there. So, of course, Sana, how do you think this will be a factor tonight? Because they're still they might be tired from last night and another game tomorrow.
Yeah, so there's a difference of how these both teams have won. So the Sharks won very convincingly, while the Mardan Warriors took around 18.4 overs to win this game. But a lot of credit to them, especially Abidullah. I think he was the key with 3 wickets. And Mohammad Irfan, the left-arm spinner, he was asked to open the bowling. He got 2 early wickets, important wickets at the top. So they lost the toss, but Rawalpindi Raiders wanted to bat first, and they proved their decision wrong with spectacular bowling from these 4 bowlers, Archie Lenham, Nabil, Mohammad Nabil and Irfan, and especially Abidullah. And then a good chase. I think they will still think about improving the way they batted. They took around 18 overs. That would be a little area of concern. Their batting, the strike rates have been on the lower side, and that's where Bahawalpur Royals have an advantage over them.
Well, definitely an important game for these teams tonight, because it's the last shot they have at making it to the final, the all-important final. There the playoff tree is, and Dominic, there we are, an important one tonight for both these teams, the Royals and the Warriors. They have been spectacular throughout.
Absolutely, and there's an opportunity for one of these 2 teams to go into the first inaugural Pakistan Junior League final, which will be tomorrow night, and take on, look, a good side in the Sharks. But they have a chance, like you say. The Royals lost in that first game. Obviously, the Mardan Warriors have had to do the difficult to play. The 2 things I'll say about this, is it'd be interesting to see what the captain does at the toss, because both the eliminator and the qualifier one, the sides look to bowl first. And also the pitch. I thought the pitches have been so good here. It is a little bit chilly. The first time you'll hear me say that. It is a bit of a chilly evening tonight. And the breeze is going right the way down. So also for batters, pick the right side to hit your sixes.
We are preparing you to go to England.
Absolutely. I'm going home to
All
England.
set.
I'm cold. I can't believe it.
Now, Sana, you've played your share of high-pressure games, knockout games as well. How much of a factor do you think that will be, especially at this age, to handle all the pressure?
I think that differentiates from between an average player and an above average player, a good player. It's about how you handle the pressure, and the best thing is you just take it as a game of cricket. Of course, with age you can get there, but of course there will be nerves. No matter how much you have played, whenever you go into a knockout match, there are nerves, and it's all about having those coping mechanisms on and off the field to handle the pressure better.
Well, let's see who handles the pressure better tonight. And for now, let's go to Mike Haseman for the pitch report.
The first thing I want to tell you is that the winter has started to come in. Now, I think the games we started previously up until this, the temperatures have been around about 27 degrees Celsius when we started the game. I'm sure today it's around about 22 degrees, a bit of a breeze as well, which means there's probably not going to be any dew later at all, so that's going to be good for the players. However, before we talk too much about this one, this is pitch number 5 we're using today. I want to just bring Tex over to this one. This is the big final pitch, right? This is the one we're using for the big game tomorrow, and Tex will be able to get down and just show you there's a sheen already on this surface. Now, the sheen on this surface tells us that it's been rolled a lot. It's not abrasive at all. The ball's going to come on nicely, and it's going to be really good, I think, tomorrow for when the guys play the big final. So that's something to look forward to. The average score batting first on that one is 157. Right, let's just go back now and have a look at this one, and straight away Tex will be able to get down and have a bit of a look at this one, and you'll be able to see that there's no sheen on this. So we've got a surface that is not abrasive there. You've got a surface here which is going to be a little bit abrasive. Now let me just tell you why it's going to be a little bit abrasive, and that's because there's a few runners around the place. There's a bit of greenery around some of these cracks, and you can see there's a couple of cracks as well at a seamer's length. So it's abrasive, this one. So it's going to stop a little bit. It's not going to come onto the bat as well as the batsman would like. And if you go down and have a look at the spinners areas also, that's pretty barren, but again, it's a little bit abrasive. So average score on the 3 games that have been played on this one has been 125. Now, both the teams have played on this, and they both won on this surface, but they're going to have to adjust again straight away because this is going to be a little bit on the slow side.
Thanks, Mike. Always very comprehensive with the reports. Dominic, what do you make of the pitch, especially in these conditions? It's a bit windy as well tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a bit windy. I think the pitches here have generally played absolutely brilliantly. I mean, to say they've only been relayed 2 months ago, it's incredible how well they've played. What the players will have to think in their mind is the breeze. And the breeze, and use it when you're a bowler or when you're a batter, you've got to use it. Hit with the breeze, and when you're bowling, make sure you're bowling one side of the pitch that you can only get hit into the breeze. So things for the mentors and the coaches to think about, but the more important thing is, what is the winning captain going to do? Because that'll be interesting.
Well, let's go and find out. Sikandar Bakht is ready with the toss.
Hello and welcome. It is qualifier 2, 1 step away from the final of the Pakistan Junior League. I've got the match referee next to me, Mr. Ali Naqvi, and then Ubaid Shahed in Bahawalpur Royals colours, and Abbas Ali. He's, of course, here for the Mardan Warriors. So, Ubaid has got the coin.
Here is the call.
Here is the call.
And that's tails.
सबसे पहले ये बताएं उबैद करना क्या है?
हम पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे.
पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे. अब एक मैच रह गया है फाइनल से पहले. मैं ये बात कर रहा था आपसे कल भी कि परसों की जितना भी जोर लगा सकते हैं वो अभी लगाना है. बताइए क्या स्ट्रैटेजी है, क्या प्लानिंग है, क्योंकि ये अच्छा पिच लग रहा है.
जी हम सेम टीम के साथ जा रहे हैं, बट थोड़ा सा हमने चेंजेस किए बैटिंग ऑर्डर के साथ. थोड़ा सा हम शफल कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाह रहे हैं. लेट्स सी हाउ पिच वर्क्स.
चेस करने में आपको लग रहा है कि यहाँ पे ज़्यादा चांसेस हैं?
जी बिल्कुल. हम स्टार्टिंग में भी ये सेम गेम प्लान के साथ गए थे कि पहले हम बॉलिंग करेंगे, बाद में चेस पर जाएंगे. तो अभी वही कोई बैक कर रहे हैं.
चलिए ठीक है, गुड लक टू यू.
थैंक यू.
अब्बास, पहले बैटिंग आ गई है तो फिर आपकी बॉलिंग पे तो आपको वैसे भी काफ़ी वो है, यकीन है, तो सही है, बचा लेंगे स्कोर?
जी बिल्कुल, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. पहली बैटिंग हो या बॉलिंग हो, लेकिन हमारा टीम बहुत स्ट्रांग है. इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि 160 150 तक करे. और
बैक टू बैक खेलना पड़ रहा है, तगड़े हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, ये प्रेशर मैचेस होता है, बैक टू बैक खेलना होता है, लेकिन हमारे भी लड़के बहुत अच्छे हैं, इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे अच्छे खेलेंगे।
अब वही सवाल सबसे पहले आता है माइंड में, बैटिंग आ गई है तो कितना होना चाहिए?
जी हम कोशिश करेंगे 150-160 तक करें, हमारी बॉलिंग बहुत स्ट्रेंथ बहुत अच्छी है, कोशिश करेंगे इंशाल्लाह उन लोगों को पकड़ लेंगे।
क्या तब्दीलियां लाएं टीम में?
अर्ची नहीं खेल रहे और अब्दुल्ला नहीं खेल रहे, एमल खेल रहे और समामा रियाज खेल रहे।
चलिए, गुड लक टू यू।
ओके।
So the news from here, Bahawalpur Royals have won the toss and they're bowling first.
And the Warriors will be batting first. Let's take a look at the team. Sana, quite a balanced squad, but they'll rely heavily on their bowling.
They have made two changes. Archie Lenham, last time also when they were consecutive games, he rested in the second game. He's not playing. And Abdullah, the hero from yesterday, who's got 3 wickets for 17 runs, he has been left out. And Emil Khan, who was injured, we saw him, he didn't play. He comes back, and Samama Riaz, he's making his debut. So, of course, with this team, I think they have got 2 major changes. So let's see how the 2 new players play.
Before we just move on, Abdullah, that is a massive loss for the Warriors, and we hope that if they do get through, then he's ready for the final. When we look at the other team, obviously you look at the Royals, they lost out in that other qualifier. They lost out to the Sharks. They are unchanged. So obviously when you look at the Royals, they're relying a lot on the big man in the middle. You can see him right there, you can't miss him. Zishan, who's bowled a lot of dot deliveries, he bowled 1 for 32. Sajid Ali, who is a good left armer, didn't get any wickets in that game against obviously the Sharks, that loss. And obviously Basid Ali. Basid Ali, of course, is the one that we're all waiting to see whether he can move on again. If you look on it, if you look at matchups, there's some lovely matchups in both of these sides tonight. And like, you know, Sana has said, what you want to see is these players to accept the pressure that this brings, this last qualifier, work as a side together, I like that, and go out there and put a performance on.
And it's also good to see Tayyab Arif back in the team. We were concerned about the injury. It's also good that he's in the team.
Definitely, Tayyab and Basit are becoming of a very formidable opening pair for the Royals. So they will be banking on them tonight. And surely an exciting game ahead of all of us tonight. A very important one. Last chance for both teams to fix that slot in the final. We're ready now to take you to the live action. And that's all from us. It's over now to Tino and Mike.
Hello everybody and thanks for joining us. We have got qualifier number 2 now. Now this is a big game, of course. It is between the Warriors and the Royals, and the winner of this game is going to be up against the Sharks tomorrow for the big final. So this is going to be a beauty. It's a cooler Gaddafi Stadium today in Lahore, and we'll be coming to you live where conditions are just perfect for a game of cricket. These lights are beaming. Players can't wait to get going out in the middle, and they'll be very, very keen to get started and to look to perform from ball 1. The Royals won the toss, in case you're just joining us, and elected to bowl first. It's back-to-back for the Warriors, and they only made 122 for 9 last night. They did win, yes, but they didn't bat very well. So they're straight in to the batting again, and they're going to have to correct some of them errors that they did make yesterday. Sajid Ali, is going to be starting. Now, interesting for the Warriors, I'm astounded that the Abdullah is out. And also Archie Lennon is out. And we weren't actually told why. It's got to be injuries, surely. They're 2 of the key players for the Warriors. Righto, so we're not too far away. Tino's alongside me. Tino, what are your thoughts before we start?
Well, it's a cracker. Of course, it's the last opportunity to get yourselves into that big final tomorrow. This man will have a huge role to play if they're going to have competitive first innings score. Failed last night, but as we've seen throughout the competition, strikes the ball well, has huge ability. One of the few batters who have been able to clear the boundaries with ease.
Shazib Khan got 25 last night. George Thomas got 7. They have scored 40% of the Warriors' runs in the tournament. That's how important these 2 blokes are. And we haven't really started yet. That was a little bit wayward. You've got to adjust that radar, I think, straight away.
Yeah, he's looking to get the away swinger going to George Thomas probably just pushed it out. Wrist not firmly behind the ball as you'd like it to be.
In case you missed my pitch report a little bit earlier, I think this track is going to be a little bit slower than some of the tracks we've seen. Average score batting first has been 125 on this surface. But he won't come on as much as expected, and straight away you can see the batsman has to wait a little bit for that. But the newer balls are going to help, that's for sure. When the ball's nice and hard and new, it's going to skid off and should go quicker towards the batsman. So I think the batsmen are going to have to adjust. Surface is a little bit on the slow side yesterday as well, so they're going to have to adjust a little bit to the pace, or maybe the lack of pace of the surface. But also I just want to have an overriding thought here. There is nothing wrong with these tracks at all. Unbelievable, these surfaces, considering they've all been relayed. Oh, there's some nice swing. And nicely played through the covers. The outfield's on the pacey side, that's for sure. And that's gone for 4. That is a fine shot from Thomas.
Well, what a start. And George Thomas, look at this. Just opens the face, waits for that ball to come as close as it can to him. And just opens the face. Look how closely he's watched that ball. That's a beautiful start. Total control.
Just to go a little bit further on my point about the fact that Abidullah is not playing, and also Archie Lenham. Abidullah, 9 wickets in the tournament, got 3 wickets yesterday, and also picked up the Man of the Match award. Not fronting today. Got to be an injury, surely. Hopefully we might get a little bit of news from the camp with the Warriors, and they can let us know exactly what the story is. Last meeting, the Royals lost to the Warriors. Royals batting first that time, posted 145 for 4. Halfway through the first over. He's going to have to bowl that one again as well. So there's a couple of wides in the first over. That's not a great start. Extra exercise for the umpire.
Now 7 runs on the board already. Just halfway through that first over. Dominic Cork last night alluded to the fact that he felt that the Raiders could have been more aggressive in how they went about their batting first.
A little bit of shape. It's going to test umpire Rashid Riaz as well with that one, but it swung late. He allowed him to get away with that one. Umpires, by the way, again, we've got some ICC panel umpires involved. There is Rashid Riaz, and he's got a very accomplished partner at square leg, Asif Yaqub. TV umpire Faisal Afridi. Down the leg side of fraction, and that's going to be leg byes. And 4 of them. This is a big, big start for the Warriors.
It's a good effort from Irfan behind the stumps. Outstretched to his right, he would have been unsighted for a while as that ball went past the body of the batsman. Just not able to get there. Been just the first over that the Warriors would have been looking for.
It's been a bit of a gift over this one. And I think that might be another wide. No, he's got away with that just. 1 over gone, 11 for none. quick look at the two teams that are playing today. The Royals are unchanged, so they're nice and settled. And as for the Mardan Warriors, they've got two changes. There they are. Amal Khan is in the lineup today, and Samama Rios is in, as I said, for Abidullah and also Archie Lenham. That's two big blows. Now this guy's bowled nicely. Nathan Edward from the Caribbean.
Yeah, steady left arm. Best of 2 for 24 in the series so far. But he's got important wickets throughout the competition at crucial stages. Partnership breaker.
Oh, that's cracked away absolutely superbly. Off the back foot for 4. What a shot.
Oh, have a look at this, Hazy. Again. Look at the point of impact. Right under his eyes. And he doesn't have a huge gap between those two fielders to get the ball through, but he's done it with ease.
Edwards upset with himself, actually. I'm not sure there's that much wrong with the ball. It's just a really fine shot. We're going to say yeah, early welcome to one of our main supporters. Zic Motor Oil, unveil the reel, peel the label to win via a lucky draw every week. Prizes worth millions.
Has had a brilliant start today, George Thomas. Usually a bludgeoner of a cricket ball, but look at those two beautiful back foot drives. He knows that he just needs to get it past that circle. Outfield is lightning quick. That's the start that the Warriors were looking for. 15 on the board, halfway through the second over. And there's a change in the field. Third man comes into the circle. Sweeper pushed back on the boundary. And it's because of those two back foot strokes that he's played already.
Going to pick that one up. Thomas, but not quite short enough. Straight, not as bouncy as some of the other ones.
Yeah, he's got himself in trouble a couple of times with that pull shot in the tournament, Hazy. Sometimes, as you mentioned, that last delivery ball not quite short enough. Wickets early on in the competition had a bit more pace and bounce, and ball got onto him often before he was in a position to play.
I've got information, by the way, about Archie Lenham and also Abidullah. They're both injured. Now, I'm just waiting further news about the injuries. But they're both injured. Couldn't front up today, which is a major disappointment for the Warriors. That's nice. That's a good length. Can't do a great deal with that. 2 gone, 15 for none.
This is the Warriors' road to the final. They've been particularly good chasing, convincing victories there by 8 wickets and 5 wickets and 4 wickets. And find themselves in a crucial game now.
Sajjad. Overpitched. Nice scrambling the covers.
Saw a lovely knock from Shazeb yesterday. Fortunately, this half volley is hit straight at the man.
Good news, by the way, for the Royals. We were concerned. We had some shots of Tayyab Arif and also Nawab sitting with finger injuries halfway through the last game. They're both fit and out there. So that's good news for the Royals. Swing and a miss. A bit of a wave of the bat.
Yeah, and that carried through nicely to the keeper. Look to shape it away from the left-hander, and that's why the seam is angled towards the slips. Was a bit of width, but missed out here, Shazeb. Now it's 5 balls that he's gone. Yet to get off the mark.
Archie Lennon has got a bit of a back issue, we're hearing, and Habibullah's got a bit of a rib issue. Over the top. And that's gone for 4. Couple of dot balls at the start of the over, and they've picked up a boundary now.
Good thinking from Shazeb. He's purposefully gone over the cover ring. As there's 4 fielders in that ring. Ball before, a couple of balls ago, he's hit it straight at the man. This one, realizes to get the boundary, he's got to go up and over. Times it away beautifully. Sajjad was interested for a while.
So because of those 2 injuries, you'd think the Mardan Warriors have got to get a really good total here, because their bowling is going to be severely weakened. A back and a rib doesn't augur well for the final either tomorrow. Wait and see what the medical boys come up with. There's Osaka Battery Tonic. Wonder if that'll help them. They will give a reward of 10,000 rupees for every shot that hits the Osaka Battery Tonic board. That's well away from the 3rd man. That's gone for 4.
Yeah, there's with ya. George Thomas is not going to let that go. Again, deliberately goes over the offside field. Couple of bounces into the boundary. He's been pretty severe on anything that's short or back of a length on the offside.
The Warriors have done is they've got their run rate up at 8.5 already. A couple of big overs here on the first 3. Still 1 ball to go on this one. So 9 off that over, 3 gone, 24 for none. We said it yesterday, it's so important that Thomas and Shazeb go very well for the Warriors. It was his first over, was a good one, just went for 4.
A very steady bowler, subtle variations, doesn't swing the ball around a lot. Just gets it to do enough. I haven't seen him take the new ball often. What he does do is normally when there's a first change bowler, bowler coupled in, and then come at the end of the innings, bowlers cutters and his slow balls.
Slightly short, he's picked that up and picked it up really nicely. Wow, that's a good shot. That wasn't all that short. Shazib has played a beauty.
Yeah, nicely picked up. And you can see he's deliberately forced it in front of square because there's a fielder who's at square leg, probably just in front on the boundary, and he was caught there yesterday.
Both these bowlers consistently around the 130 k/h mark. Zisham is the other seamer, the big tall guy, and he can ramp it up a little bit more than that when he's got nice rhythm. They picked up 20 wickets between them in this tournament, an economy rate of just over 7.5. They rely heavily on those three. Zisham's got 9.
And that's the area that he wants to be in.
Hello to Kingdom Valley. Go to the Kingdom Valley official Facebook page and get a chance to win exciting prizes, and you can be the next winner. A royal lifestyle. Tino, sounds like it's perfect for you.
Well, if I get an opportunity to go there.
Short. And hammered away, 1 bounce, and that's gone for 4. Messed up his length there, did Edward.
Yeah, that's not the right length to be bowling if you've got 45 in the circle and nobody to protect the boundary behind him. The line was bad as well. More just a case of helping the ball on its way for Shazib. It's been a rollicking start so far for the Mardan Warriors.
Might have just noticed how far in front of the crease he was when he played that, actually. Shazib also, which again is an indication of this track being a little on the slow side. Ten off the over, 4 gone, 34 for none. So look at the top 5 run scorers. Basit Ali, top of the pops, 253. That's been good stuff. Eckenstein as well, second. Adi Buller at 218, and Shazib Khan in action now, 187. 34 at the moment, so, correction, 15 at the moment, so they've been added to that. And Siobhan Daniel with the Giants at 176. And we've got a bit of spin. Nawab has brought himself into the attack. Oh, that's been grasped. Went pretty quickly, but should have been taken.
Oh, he's coming to the attack to try and break this partnership. Opportunity created, put down. Oh, just skidding on. Oh, and he's panicked. He's snatched at it, and that's why it hasn't gone in. He's not happy.
Expect those to be taken, I think. That's nicely drilled off the back foot, and that's 4 more. So a life first ball, and they paid second ball.
That'll just add insult to injury. This one just giving himself a bit of room. George Thomas piercing that offside field once again.
Oh, and that is a beauty. What a comeback from Barif. That is an extraordinary catch. Put the first one down and he's snaffled the third with a big dive to his right.
Well, that reaction tells you that he knows the importance of this wicket. After the drop chance, first ball of the over, this time he takes a really good catch, a lot more alert. Look at that celebration, he's enjoyed that. Taya Barif. George Thomas has to go. He makes 17 in quick time, just 14 balls. The first wicket falls for Mardan Warriors. 38 runs on the board.
Here's a look at the catch again, moving beautifully to his right and just letting George Thomas know that I did catch it. Yep. Halfway through the fifth over. First wicket has gone down for the Mardan Warriors. Farouk at the crease now. He's played that beautifully. That's a nice way to get going. 4 through the covers.
Yeah, not a good ball to start off with, yeah. Nawab, very full, very wide. He's actually got a finger on it, but not enough. He's not happy with the fielder, but I don't think you can blame the fielder too much there.
Of course, it's not captain tonight. I did mention that earlier when he came into the attack, but he was captain for a couple of games. Eased onto the onside to retain the strike as well. A wicket and 9 from it. 5 gone. 43 for 1. A very important wicket, that one. Picking up Thomas. Thomas is such a fine player. Has scored runs quickly for the Warriors. Here's a look at the one that was grassed. To tie up Arif's surprise. And then 2 balls later, he got this opportunity and he made sure he grabbed that with 2 hands. Held it very strongly. Threw the ball in on the ground and then also just said to George, yep, I caught that one. That's fine. You're out. I got it. Yep, I caught it. Thomas is disappointed. 5 gone. 43 for 1. The celebration started for the Royals. And maybe caught 1 or 2 unawares with his emotions.
Karatai into the attack then for the last over of the power play. 43 for 1. George Thomas the man to go so far. What a celebration from the young Tarif Arif. Good catch, put one down. And the wind now is going straight the way down, so this is the end if you're going to go after a spinner now to hit it with the breeze. Down towards the changing rooms. Well, a big appeal, but he got the biggest inside edge you've ever heard.
Yeah, you're right about that. And also, the bat was way outside the off stump, even if there was no bat. Very ambitious. Big dents to the Warriors, losing Abidullah. He's been their spearhead, he's a key bowler for them, out with a side strain. The run rate here is good. They've lost an important wicket of George Thomas, but still going at 8.5.
Yeah, and Karatai just looks like he wants to get through this over, which is fair enough. With only 2 fielders allowed out, he's got a long off and a deep, you'd have to probably say square leg, maybe going towards mid-wicket. He's bowling little arm balls.
Deco, the official smartphone partner for the PJL.
As he bisects those 3 fielders that are behind, the fielder couldn't do anything about that. You can shout as much as you want, you've just got to accept that it was a poor delivery.
It's the 6th time they've scored 40 plus in the power play, the Warriors. Their highest is 54 for 1. They've done well in this knockout, this qualifier too. Asked to bat first, looking good, looking for that 160. The single gets them to 50 in the power play.
Good start from the Warriors, especially George Thomas, who looked like he was in good form. Shazib has been good as well with his shots all the way around, picked up length really quickly. Saw that with that shot, and then put down by Interior Arif, and then caught. And a lovely celebration. So 50 for 1 in the power play is a good start, like you say. Qualifier 2, and it's the end of the power play, so only have to keep 4 fielders in, and I like the fact they've kept a slip in place. That's a positive move.
Just a single there. At the toss, I was talking to Ubaid Shahid, the captain of the Royals, who are bowling at the moment. I asked him if there are any changes in their side. He said no changes, but we're going to play a different batting order. I'm just wondering, what could that be? Basit Ali, of course, has to open. You need him to use the circle. So maybe Ubaid Shahid himself would open instead of Tayyib Arif. Chavez could come up. Yeah, could be Chavez. It's a powerful hitter of the ball. I guess it'll all depend on what they're chasing. That also will be a key.
He's opened before, hasn't he? And he's played well. Last game got out first ball. Remember, to actually one of the best balls, another misfield. Seeing that throughout. Little mistakes, you're going to make them, of course. They're only young players. Captain who just missed fields, but yeah, talking about that young man, just took the catch. Hey, Arif, he's a good player.
Has it straightened enough? No.
Yeah, I think he knows straight away, doesn't he, the bowler? Look at the drift, doesn't hold. You can still see middle and off. You saw the keeper going down the leg side. Never hitting. You're right about Abdullah. That's a big miss. 3 for 17 last night in that win against the Raiders. And he's been the spearhead, really, hasn't he, with that new ball.
End of the 7th, 54 for 1.
Amazing how the weather's just turned as well. I know you're getting towards winter, as you would say here. This is more like summer here for me, but definitely a little bit of a chill in the air tonight. The breeze that has got up throughout the day.
It will get colder. I'm just wondering when by the time New Zealand comes down here, they'll be playing the first test match, and the temperatures at that time in the night is 0. So good luck with that. The ground staff has to remove the frost in the morning from the whole field.
They'll be used to that. It gets cold in Invercargill in that South Island.
But what about us? And the people who come to watch?
You'll be okay.
It was very hazy yesterday when we finished. What's been amazing is that just in the last 2 games, 2 more runs added, we haven't had any dew whatsoever.
I think doesn't the breeze affect that as well? If there's a breeze around, then the dew doesn't form. That's what it is. It's that it won't form on the leaves, the grass leaves. Always have to watch how Buggy Cam is looking. Look at, they are dry as. Hopefully he can catch it tonight, because last night he was useless. Shouldn't really say he was useless. He did have a remote control in one hand, but just let it hit him. What's it doing?
Yesterday was the same phase of the game. For me, that was the turning point of the match. Bowling first, the Warriors didn't give a boundary for 5.1 overs. And that just changed the overall impact on the score they were chasing later on.
Well, that's what the Royals have got to do now. Even though they've got off to quite a decent start, 50 for 1 in the power play, they've got to now just cut their boundary options off and then look to take a couple of wickets. And all of a sudden, we've seen throughout, haven't we, this tournament, middle orders struggle between overs 7 and 15. And it's amazing how run rates plummet and totals just stay low.
Yeah, this is a shot that he's actually taken with some risk. It's come down the wicket and he's opened the face. Now he's dealing with 2 fielders, one at the edge of the circle, one in the deep. 8 gone, 58 for 1.
You're right, he's right on the edge. I actually quite like the shot, but it is, of course, fraught with danger, because you've got to make sure you don't time it too well and too straight to go to long off. Remember, there's a cover out there as well. There's a couple of high risky shots, but I like the way that he came down and attacked. And that is the pressure. And 14 balls now since the last boundary. So all of a sudden, the Warriors are thinking, where is my boundary option? Captain into the attack then.
Good start, good start. Escape.
Oh, full toss. Gets away with it. Only bowled 1 over in that qualifier 1 against the Sharks. It was a gamble because he needed wickets. It went for 10. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen Zishan at the moment, because he's just sitting at short fine now, Zishan, and I just think that they need a wicket. So I would be going to Zishan.
And he does well with his height. He gets that extra bit bounce that's required. You can visit Inverex Solar Energy social media pages and win exciting prizes throughout the PJL. Big shot. Catch it is the call, but it's not going to happen. It's sailed over the boundary line by a mile.
There's a good shot. There's a good position he gets himself in. A little bit of flight from the occasional spinner, Obid Jade, the captain. Good shot. There is a fielder out there, but he thinks it doesn't matter. We'll take it on. It is into a little bit of a breeze, but still, it's enough of it. They needed a boundary. It's the big one. It's a 6.
And that over gets them 8, 66 for 1 after 9. So Mardan, back-to-back games. If they win today, they will beat the Gawada Sharks, who've had a good 2-day rest. It could be Bahawalpur as well. It's wide open in qualifier 2. Well, you talk about Zishan. It's strange, he's taken 9 wickets. He's the highest wicket taker for the Royals. There he is. But he's been warming up a little bit. You saw him just freeing his arms a while ago, so maybe he's up next. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't see why he's being held up for almost half the innings now.
Yeah, I just think when you've got a side 67 for 1, you're in one of those positions where if they push on here, they could get to 160. So for me, just to put him under pressure, get this man on. Look at his economy, look at his wickets. He's a tall man. For me, he would have bowled before now. Definitely. Power play, there was 50 for 1. Okay, if he's not used to bowling in the power play, that's fine. But as soon as that power play goes, he should be bowling with a spinner and rotate the spinners. If he gets hit, take him out the attack. It's simple.
I think I've seen him bowl in the power play for a game or two. Maybe somewhere at the end of the power play. But surely he's the first choice in the death overs. Bowls 1 or 2 in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, that's the worry. 9 runs and overs a worry. If I was the Mardan Warriors, I'd be thinking that if we get to 150, 160 from here, I think we bat the Royals out of it. I think the pressure of the game and our bowling attack, that's hard.
It's a good pitch. And you just get a feeling that no matter how hard you try as a bowling unit, 150 is always there. Which means you can chase that down as well. They'll depend heavily on Basit, but the dependency on him has been so much. That's wide, and that's just freebies. He's trying to fire that into the pads. Had pace on it. They missed everything.
Yeah, I like the fact that Shahzaib is just walking about as well, not making it or making it difficult for Karatai. Look, goes leg side. Keeper has no chance really, and runs away for 4 wide. So 9 runs from this over. It's still no Zishan. He's warming up now. Get him into the attack.
10 of the over, 76 at halfway stage for 1.
That's a pretty solid graph, actually. Just the one satellite dish on the tall building at number 5. And then just a couple of check overs and then off again. So 76 for 1 after 10 is really good. Straight away you can double that. Means they're going to be around about the 150 mark if they don't do anything really silly, and that can happen in T20 cricket, we know that, or some good bowling can come into play and change the focus. So not just double it, but you can also add some runs as well, because they played really well this little stand, 38, 34. Shahid Afridi. Hello, Sana.
Hi, Mike. What's interesting is that half of the overs are gone and we've still not seen Mohammad Zishan.
It's just starting to loosen up, so I'm sure it's not going to be too far away from his appearance. Farouk has done nicely as well. Shazay working that one hard down the ground.
Ubaid Shahid using himself against the left-hander. The off-spin versus left-hand matchup.
Both these teams have got a similar pattern so far in this tournament to the other teams, where the openers have done pretty well, the top 3, and they've lost wickets in the middle, and then someone's had to resurrect things at the end. Openers, or these top 3 batsmen. Oh, he's got him. I was just going to say, they will hope that they can continue and do a great deal of the work. Well, that's not going to happen anymore, because they've now lost their second.
Intelligent bowling from Ubaid Shahid, the captain of Bahawalpur Royals. He saw the batter using the feet, dragged the length back, and the line was really good within the stumps. Delivered the ball from behind the stumps. As a spinner, that gives you extra length. Mohammad Farooq gone for 24, Mardan Warriors 77 for 2.
Ollie Cox now halfway through the 11th over. 38 for the first wicket, 37 was the stand for the second wicket. Cox is not one of those guys who actually gets on with it straight away, so Shazay is going to have to grab this by the scruff of the neck, I presume.
This gives an opportunity to Bahawalpur Royals to come back, bowl more dot deliveries, get the run rate down, which is 7.33 at this time.
Oh, a little tumble. Safely home.
And this is why our Ollie Cox is here. Ubaid Shahid dragging the length back, using the crease really well as a spinner, not giving the length to the batter. He delivered the ball from behind the stumps a little bit, didn't use the whole crease. Good intelligent bowling from the captain.
I would think that Ollie Cox, who's on strike now, is going to have to somehow change his what we've seen so far in this tournament. His strike rate is only in the high 80s. And that's not a strike rate that's going to really propel a team.
And he got 22 not out from 31, so that should give him some confidence in the last game, and building on that, he needs to carry on with the strike rate.
Straight away, it's going to be Shazaib who has got more responsibility again. Inside edge onto the pads, going to pick up one. It's a very good over from Shahid. 5 off the over and also a wicket. So that's 11 gone. And it's also time for the strategic timeouts. The Warriors are 81 for 2. That was the first to go down. Fine catch by Tayeb after he dropped one earlier, 2 balls earlier, and that was Farouk, the last to go. So Thomas and Farouk, the 2 gone. Farouk, the last one was a little weird. He sort of just strode past it, really. Just keeping perhaps a little bit low and slow. And 2 wickets to Nawab, 1 for 13, and same numbers for Shahid. Sajid 8 and over. Nathan Edward going at 7s. So the runs have been going reasonably smartly as far as the Warriors are concerned. Their run rate is 7.4 at this stage, and here comes the big fella. 9 wickets in the tournament. Conning rate of 7 3/4. Best of 2 for 17. He is going to be a key performer for the rest of this innings.
Absolutely, using his height, he has caused problems to a lot of batters here.
But obviously not just yet. So presumably he's going to be starting from very next over after this one. Karatai from the Villian end. He's bowled 3. This is going to be his last now.
And I'm not sure about that decision, Mike, because if they don't bowl, they have decided not to bowl Zishan from this end, that means he has to bowl all 4 consecutive overs if they are going to use him all 4 overs, because then it would be 13th, 17th, 19th together. He won't get a break as a fast bowler.
Which is definitely not what he's been doing up until now. So there's going to be added responsibility on him. He's kept a little bit low as well.
So as a captain, you should also be thinking about your fast bowler. If he's going to bowl 4 consecutive overs, whether he'll be effective 13, 15, 17, 19, that's all is left for Mohammad Zishan now.
If he does happen to tire towards the end, that over number 19 is so important.
A lot to think about for Ubaid Shahid.
Prize of catch it. It's not going to go all the way. The T20 game as a captain can often whiz by you a bit. You've got to make sure you, even though it might be runs scored and things haven't gone according to plan, you've got to make sure that your face is nice and calm so the rest of the teammates look your way when things aren't going well, and you've got to portray a controlled image. Hey, Sana.
And with that, I think Ubaid Shahid has been quite good. He has looked calm and he has not panicked, not over-aggressive. That way he has been quite well. But with this bowling change, I do think that there might have been a miscalculation.
इधर उसके हिसाब से कर बॉलिंग, उसके हिसाब से कर बॉलिंग.
3 off the overside for last ball. Prize of catch it, and no, not caught. Might have just carried, I think. A life, I would imagine. 4 off the over, 12 gone, 85 for 2. Did it carry?
It did carry, and it's Ubaid Shahid, the captain, diving forward. He was coming from the edge of the circle, but in the end dropped it. This should have been taken at this level.
And now he's got to stay calm.
That's the challenge as a captain. When others make mistake, you stay calm. When you make mistake, you stay calm.
8 overs remaining now. Only 2 wickets down at this stage. And now it's Zishan.
I won't believe until he bowls the first
we think, yes. Good point. Captain's come over now to have a bit of chat as well, so there's going to be another change. Another look at the catch that went down, last ball, the last over. Should have been taken. Zishan now. You'll remember, for those who have been with us throughout this Pakistan Junior League, that just initially, until he gets a little bit loose and finds that rhythm, and there's a big frame to find rhythm with, he does tend to slide the odd one down the leg side a little bit. Quick single. Now just a reminder about the big final tomorrow. We're going to have a closing ceremony, and it is going to be free entry as well. There's performances before.
And a lot of you will be familiar with these artists, Asrar and Bilal Saeed. They will be there. So if you are wanting to attend a great game of cricket and some live music, please come to Gaddafi Stadium.
It's an opportunity to have a bit of fun tomorrow night, that's for sure. For nothing. Brilliant. So So just mark that down. The closing ceremony starts at 6 p.m. and the final starts at 7:30. Himself a little bit of room, steering that down to the third man region.
Mohammad Zishan, a tall fast bowler. Apart from cricket, he also plays kabaddi. I was talking to him the other day. It's a local game, very popular in Asia. A lot of people in Punjab especially get involved in this game. And his celebration when after taking the wicket is also from one of the kabaddi moves.
Where he raises the hand and slaps the thigh. Well, he's had to do that 9 times. He's picked up 9 wickets, 9 big bruises in his inner thigh. Again, giving himself some room. Just picking up ones, though.
And that's the celebration. It's a typical move in kabaddi. Not this one. This was not required. But before that, because he plays kabaddi apart from cricket, I think he's combining both the sports.
Yeah, that finger waving sign it was George Thomas, because he hadn't played here very often, so he didn't know where the change rooms were. Pick that up. Couple of bounces to the sweeper.
We need match referees like you who can be more lenient. After 13, 91 for 2.
Surely they need to go at 9 and over at least, surely. Maybe 10 and over from here. 8 wickets in hand, 7 wickets to go.
That's the celebration. Mohammad Zishan combining kabaddi and cricket together. He would want to do that the 10th time, Mike.
Yep, he'll be very keen, I'm sure. They need to pick up a wicket here because things are steady at the moment. They don't want to have a lot of wickets left out there on the park for the Warriors. With 5 overs to go, so that they can have a bit of an onslaught. No up continues.
And Arham is definitely that bowler that can bring that wicket for the Royals. And you were talking about the strike rate. If you have 8 wickets in hand at this time, 16 balls, 14 runs. That's not a good partnership at this time. It needs to be more than that.
Yeah, they need to step on it at this stage. Most car engines certainly start purring when they start warming up. And a bit of Zik oil, Zik motor oil, that assists them a little bit. One of the sponsors. And you can unveil the reel, peel the label to win via a lucky draw every week. Prizes worth millions.
Excellent 29 deliveries since the last boundary has been hit. It's a quiet phase for the Mardan Warriors, and Bahawalpur Royals will be happy with that.
I think they've made an error with Cox coming in at this stage. His strike rate's 83 at the moment. His career, well, in this tournament is 88 only. This is where you need blokes who can score runs very quickly indeed and really put some pressure. on the bowlers and the fielders and the captain.
And that's what pressure does. Like, the decision making can get affected. We see Mohammad Zishan being introduced too late, so he won't be able, maybe be able to bowl all 4 overs.
Catch it!
Cries of catch it, and it's out. It has been caught. So he's looking to step on it. He had no choice really. And Cox is now holed out, so that's an important wicket as far as the Royals are concerned. It's just going to stem any chance of a nice little quick partnership between these two.
Arham Nawab not giving the length there to the batter. He know Ollie Cox is not really strong on the back foot. Tries to clear the boundary, couldn't. Mohammad Danish takes a really good catch. Ollie Cox goes for 10. Mardan Warriors 94 for 3.
Now that's quite interesting as well. Just a rag out there. Just been handed to Zishan, so maybe there is just a little bit of dew appearing on the surface. There was a little bit of wind around the place earlier today. Didn't expect to be too heavy. I presume that's going to be the case throughout the rest of this game. With 3 wickets down, 6 overs to go. Now that run rate has dropped to just over 6.5, so they got themselves in a little bit of a hole, the Mardan Warriors. They've got to recover from that now. Still aim at that target of 150. If someone plays well, it's 160. That's gone straight up. Should be another one. That's a very, very good catch. That is a fine grab over the shoulder. Well taken by the youngster.
And it's Tayyab Arif again with a very good catch. We saw one in the slips this time on the bowling of Mohammad Zishan. Shahzeb trying to go big. An excellent catch, running backwards, sideways. That was the technique. He was watching the ball till the end. A diving catch. Shahzeb Khan has to walk back for 32. Mardan Warriors 94 for 4.
Really good grab. Over that shoulder, making sure that your eyes are as level as they possibly can be, and then suddenly you're going to lose sight of the ball at some stage, and you just got to hope your hands are in the right spot. So normally you can watch that ball if you're well settled underneath. You can watch it all the way down into your hands, but in that situation it goes actually away from your eyes and hopefully into your hands, and there's a fine catch from the 16-year-old Tayyab Arif. So 2 wickets going down smartly now. So Cox went on 94, and now Shahzeb has gone on 94. So the run slowed down. Then they've lost 2 wickets. They've got themselves in a spot of bother here. Fine grab from Tayyab Arif.
And that's why the batting order you were talking about, sending Ollie Cox, Hasib Khan could have come in. That's the wicket. Mohammad Zishan with a really good ball, but a better catch. The best thing about it was the running. He was running sideways, not backwards. A lot of time you see fielders paddling back, and that is why he was able to keep the eyes on the ball. Excellent catch, and the team is happy.
I reckon he's one to watch for the future, that's for sure. We've seen enough from him from the bat, just a little glimpse so far. I'm sure we'll see more as we continue in this tournament. And he's taken two terrific grabs. Yes, he put one down, but he's taken two fine grabs.
Absolutely, he's a three-dimensional cricketer, because he can bowl also, bowl leg spin, a really good fielder in the slips, and then the cover drive. You were treated with the cover drive the moment you came.
It was first ball he faced. Magnificent. So 3 balls left in over number 15 now. Just 2 runs from it so far. Busy road again, just alongside the ground here at the Gaddafi Stadium. It's beautifully bowled, can't do too much with that.
Haseeb Khan, no problems for him to get off strike. He has been in really good form, and that surprises me that he was not sent at number 4. And they wasted some deliveries. There was a sluggish partnership, and because of that they lost those 2 wickets you were talking about, Mike.
Now Abbas, who's also just arrived. Both these guys have now got to get going almost from ball 1. That's exactly the situation that the team, being the Royals, wanted. A couple of guys brand new at the crease. No time to get used to the pace of the bowler nor the wicket. We'll try and get some runs straight away. That's comfortably down to that 3rd man region.
Abbas Ali, the captain of Mardan Warriors, he has had a lean patch, has not been scoring big runs, so big opportunity for him in a knockout match. Still 5 overs to go. 7 matches, 40 runs, and the strike rate of 85.
Caught and bowled, yep, he's got those big mitts around it. There's a terrific stuff from the Royals. They've picked up wickets, 3 of them now, for the addition of just 4 runs. That is brilliant work from these guys in the middle.
And we see the celebration again. It's a big wicket. Haseeb Khan, he was the one batter who could really accelerate from here. Played it too early. Simple catch for Mohammad Zishan, and the Kabaddi celebration. We see it again. The bat in hand turns. Easy catch in the follow through for Mohammad Zishan. Couple of wickets for him. Haseeb Khan goes for 2. Mardan Warriors in all sorts of trouble. 98 for 5.
Come on, Aram. Sina, Sina. आखिरी ओवर चल रहे ने. डरे तो रहे मैं तुम कह रहे ना आखिरी ओवर चल रहे ने. मोहन सिंगल कह रहे.
98 for 5. 15 overs to go. Current scoring rate 6.53. Will get them to 130. They'll look to get more than that.
Bowling.
99 for 5. They've pulled them back. That's the last wicket. Zishan gets his 2nd, and I don't know why was he brought into the attack in the 13th over. He's been their highest wicket taker, 9 before this match. It's just mind-boggling.
Oh, bit of a collision there. Nawab doesn't look like he's doing so well. Immediately just took to the ground, didn't get up. $100 up with that single. This is unfortunate. He's trying to get himself to the ball. The batsman is trying to go backwards. That's nasty.
Yeah, he's looking at the ball. He's not looking at the non-striker. He's just gone head first. That's head butt. Look at that. He's looking at the ball, not at the non-striker, and there, boom. He's tackled him for sure, and he's fallen himself.
Pakistan captain Babar Azam, of course. And fans are coming out here and enjoying themselves. But they'd like him to finish off a spell, the 4 balls that remain. Meanwhile, this is Mohammad Zishan. It's bowled nicely once again. And just thinking about what you were saying about him, it's kind of the only thing that might come to my mind is that he's probably not as accurate as you'd like him to be with a newer ball. I know this ball is not all that old, it's 15 overs old, but there will be a bit of shine that's gone off it, and maybe he just controls the ball better when it's older and not brand new and swinging around.
That's the Mardan Warriors asked to bat first in qualifier 2. And lost 5 wickets for 100 runs. It's been a good comeback from the Bahawalpur Royals with their bowling. The spinners have been very, very good and haven't really given too many boundaries. The start was good, 50 in the power play. 2 wickets for Aram Nawab in operation at the moment, 2 for Zishan. And Shahid has got 1. And don't forget, tomorrow is the first final of the Pakistan Junior League. Gates are open. It's all free. You have a closing ceremony lined up. Some music, entertainment lined up for you. Asrar, Bilal Saeed and Dance Lums will be performing here. And look at that highlighted part. Free entry. So come on. Let's enjoy the final. Let's enjoy some festivities, some music. It's going to be a whole lot of fun for you guys. And be here early, because we are coming early. Everyone has to come. He's fine now. He's up. Good, always good to see young sportsman after that collision. He's fine. He's all set to go. I remember one collision long ago. I think it was a test match. Jason Gillespie and Steve Waugh ran into each other.
That was nasty. They were trying to take a catch. I think it was in Sri Lanka. Jason Gillespie broke his leg, I think.
Yeah, he broke his leg.
Yeah,
and
he was out
Steve
for a
Waugh
while.
broke his nose, and they had to be airlifted because I think it was in Kandy. That would be one tough nose to break a leg. Abbas knows what's required. He's the captain. He said 160 is a total that I can defend with my bowling. Today we saw at the start of the game, just before the start of the game, Shahid Afridi working with the bowlers, the spinners. He had his hand up saying he wants everyone to bowl top of off, even the spinners. He wants that height, and he wants a bit of pace from the spinners as well. If there's due, he'll skid through. And these young men, these boys have been smart. The Warriors bowling unit is very good, and so is of course the Royals. They've got the biggest spinner in their mentor. There he is. $16 gone, 103 for 5. Two changes for Warriors, Amal Khan and Samama Riaz. And these are forced changes because Abdullah and Archie Lenham are not available. They're facing niggles. There he is. He's just come out. Aram Nawab. He's probably got a cut or something inside his cheek because he just went in and banged into the non-striker trying to field. And speaking of mentors, Tino, then also had the opportunity to see Imran Tahir working with the spinners, and he was just telling them how the flipper can be bowled, and the youngster had a different grip and a different style of bowling. And Imran was very smart. He says, see, for me, grips is all about the feel. So I have it this way. I'm not going to change this youngster to bowl the way I do because it's all about the feel. And these small bits and these small lessons, those crash courses, works wonders. And then you had other overseas players coming in, just watching as to what he's trying to say. And now he's taking the drinks. So he's part of the team.
And I think that's a valid point. They're going to look for two here. And decide against it. Wow. He's kept going. I heard the call of look for two. And he didn't have a look at his partner. He just kept coming.
Abbas, the captain, I mean, he just didn't stop. I mean, his partner was screaming out. He doesn't want it. There's not even a jerk or an indecisiveness in that run. He's just kept coming to meet his partner. Now have a look at this. Just look at the second run. Look at Abbas. He's at the fire and he's coming. He's coming. He's not stopping. Oh, that is just a gift.
And that is a typical example of ball watching. Have a look where he's looking. And that's why he can't see that his partner hasn't moved. Good throw on the bounce to the keeper. Unnecessary wicket. That of the captain, Abbas Ali, Mardan Warriors. Now 105 for 6.
Just structure, please. Middle. And 4 to come.
Back, 105 for 6 in the 17th over. Nabil gets an inside edge off the mark with a single. Yeah, that run out. It's not the first time we've seen some casual and careless run-outs here. And this time around, Nazar Dawood was really not interested. The first run was always on. Even the second one maybe. But look at the non-strike. I know Abbas Ali keeps coming. And look at the wicket-keeper. Why did you have to do that? That cost us a few cameras. Look, wow. That is also unnecessary.
Nazar looking to punch through the onside field. Now, this was last night's game. Warriors took them 18.4 overs to chase down 121, and at one stage earlier on it looked like it wouldn't get past the 15th. So they've had issues of wickets and wickets falling regularly. Oh, it's well bowled. Good Yorker. 77 for 2 today they were. 94 for 3, 94 for 4, 98 for 5. And last wicket, the 5th one, fell at 105. So very difficult to get momentum going when there are no partnerships being put together. And of course, that just makes it even more difficult to build a formidable total.
End of 17 overs and 107 for 6. This is the playoffs situation and position. Gawada Sharks, the first team to qualify for the final. And now Mardan just climbing up through the eliminator into qualifier 2, and they're facing a harsh opponent in Bahawalpur Royals. Imagine, Tino, it's been 49 deliveries since the last boundary. That's 8.1 overs. Can you believe that? I mean, the last 6, that was in the 9th over. They had 50 in the power play. And since that over number 6 got completed, they've just added 57 runs. Big shot. Big shot. Has it got enough on it? Yes, it does. Just over Haider Ali. Basit Ali, rather.
Yeah, Nazar's shown that he's not going to be sticking around here. It's gone straight at the man. Basit Ali on the long off boundary, but he's got just enough legs on it to get a good start to the over. 6 runs.
Catch it!
Nazar is trying to attack in this over. He's got to. Only got 18 deliveries left in the innings. Remember, in one of the games they had sent Nabil to go for those big hits. He enjoyed that. This time Nabil goes up and gone. Inside the circle, captain takes the catch. And that's the end of Nabil. Short stint. It's the time where you just need everything to be hit towards the boundary. They don't have time. Whose side is he on?
He's enjoying the cricket, Saganda. Saw a 6 from the batting side. He's seen a wicket from the bowling side. He's got a good understanding that something's gone on with both those deliveries. Young man Nabil has to go. Not sure exactly where he was trying to hit that. Back face opened, probably turned in the hand. Presented a pretty simple catch to the man, an extra cover. He goes for 1. Mardan Warriors now 114 for 7. Mohammad Irfan will be the one to walk in. Works that away into the onside field nicely. Brings Nazar on to strike. Nabil, it's hit the toe end of the bat. That's why it's gone nowhere. This third catch was done quite nicely.
Only one, only one. Backup dekhna sir.
And at this rate, they'll end up probably somewhere around 130. And require some real good bowling to save it. They do have a good bowling attack. Reverse and just gets a bit of glove on it. 18 overs have been bowled. 117 for 7.
Handy job done by the bowlers from the Royals. Nawab, a couple of wickets, always in the wickets. 2 for 21 in his 4. Zishan as well. His 3 overs have gone for just 14. A couple of good wickets there as well. And then the other 2.
Asking too many questions from a number 9 batter to put the ball into the boundary line of a bowler who's got 11 wickets for his side. Most for the Royals, and in fact overall. Get him that gap, Abdul Qadir cap. It could be interesting, Tino, because from what we've seen in the teams in the PJL, Warriors has got the best bowling attack, especially with their spinners. So can they defend this low total? There he is, most wickets. He's got that Abdul Qadir cap. He's taken 2. It was 9 wickets before the start of this game. And he's left his teammate behind.
Oh, it's the slow ball. Just misses that off stump. Yeah, Zishan, he's got the bowler's cap. His teammate Basit Ali has got the batter's cap. And they've contributed well, and that's why the Royals are just 1 step away from getting into that final. Of course, it's against the Gwara Sharks, who qualified automatically after the first qualifier between themselves and the Royals.
Two is the call. He's coming back for the second. Two for 17 for Zishan. He's again into a very good spell for his side. He's brought in late in the 13th over, so that's probably the plan. They prefer to get him into the death overs. But he's also equally good with the new ball. Full toss. And that goes for 4. Much needed boundary.
Yeah, he's missed the Yorker. He's looking to get it full and right into the block hole. Nazar has been out there for 11 deliveries now. He's looking to get going. He's not going to miss out on that. Finds the gap between the 2 fielders. Forward square leg and cow corner on the leg side boundary. And that just, if they have a good last ball in this over and a good final over, then they could be looking at 135 plus.
Boundaries are needed desperately. 1 more over to go after this. Try to extract as much as they can. Try to get as close as possible to 140s and then fancy your chances with the good bowling. Yeah, he just slows it down further, doesn't he? 8 of the over. It's 125 for 7. 19 gone. So 1 over to go, and they'll probably look at Nazar, who's on strike, to get as many as possible. He's 19 of 12. Look at the start, 50 in the power play, and then nosedived. Spinners did well, and Zishan has bowled a good spell. Looking at, can they get 15 in the last over to 140?
Well, Nazar's on strike. We've seen him get a couple of lusty blows away. He's scoring at 158. So if he can face the majority of these last few balls, maybe there's a possibility. When you look at the Manhattan and how they've scored through, 15 will be one of the biggest overs in the innings. It'll be tough to do.
Sajjad bowls quick. He likes to bowl at pace, so that can be used against him. He doesn't really bowl those variations like Zishan. That's the fun in learning that happens during the change of innings. That's a good one. Just yorked him.
That's a very good Yorker. Nazar's come down the wicket. Of course, in between innings for every game, the young children will come out onto the field of play and have some fun and learning activities. They'll have access to the coaching staff of the teams, the mentors. Wonderful opportunity for them.
Do you know, why don't you go down there? All the former cricketers, Imran Tahir will be there. Shahid Afridi will play with the kids. Sana went. He should also go there.
I'll give it some thought. Thanks, Sikandar.
So we're going to see him then downstairs, and we'll catch that on camera, and we'll bring it in. That'll be fun. That'll be nice. They'll be happy. Change of bat. Two very good deliveries. This one again in the block hole, and they're coming back for the second. That's not a bad idea, because you want to get Nazar back on strike, and they've managed to do that, and 2 more runs to the total.
I'm trying to understand what's annoyed Sajjad Ali so much. He's dropped the ball. Maybe what he's saying is you didn't get to the ball quickly enough, and that's why they've come back for 2. He's clearly irritated, Sajjad.
I'll be wide. Oh, the non-striker, where are you going? Almost had overthrows. The new rules are applying. So remember, the non-striker has to make sure that he doesn't leave his crease before the delivery stride, otherwise he can be run out. This is a good over. He's not really giving them any room. The lengths are so good.
Yeah, he's been getting that ball into those Yorker areas. It's made it difficult for Nazar to get under the ball, bar that one wide delivery. 130. With 3 balls to go in the final over. Nazar will be wanting to get a couple of these away now. Try and see if he can push the total close to 140. No, he can't. No, he can't. The idea is not bad, because Mohammad Zishan is at 45 in the circle. And he's gone too far across, exposed his leg stump. Accurate bowling from Sajjad.
He's been targeting the stumps throughout this over, and he's taken pace off on that occasion. So it just doesn't have enough for that ramp shot, or you call it the scoop. And it's gone and hit the leg stump. So that's 8 down now, with 2 balls to go. The Mardan Warriors are 130 for 8. making his debut, Samama Riaz. He's been introduced into the 15 after the injury for Abidullah. I'm told he's bowls quick. Right now he needs to swing his bat as fast as possible. He needs to do that in the 2 deliveries that are there. Oh, that's hit him high on the bat. That's the wicket. Just trying to ramp it. No pace on that and hits a top of leg. Last ball to go this over, 6 runs, a wicket in it, a wide, a few runs at the bat, no boundaries. This one goes high in the air over the keeper, but there is Edward there, and they come back for 2. Has he made it? Has he made it? We will check it, and we go upstairs.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he's made his ground.
I just have a feeling probably he's just made it. Oh, that's a good job. That's a good job from Chavez, the wicket keeper. Outstretched. The throw wasn't as accurate, wasn't on top of the bails. So that's wicket number 9. So eventually at the end of 20 overs, it's 132 for 9. That's what Mardan Warriors have managed to get against the Bahawalpur Royals. A good bowling performance all round from the Royals, especially the spinners started just taking those boundaries away, and then Zishan came in with his spell as usual, and he started taking wickets. So it's like a well-planned 20 overs that the Royals have bowled today in this all-important qualifier too.
Yeah, it was a struggle all throughout the innings. The big man Thomas went for 17. Shazeb, who was in the runs the other day, equaled his highest score of the tournament with 32. Other than that, it was Nazar, who was bowled in that last over, who got 23. A total they'll have to do extremely well with at the ball if they're going to defend. 132 for 9.
Those are the partnerships. They did so well. They were going around 9 in over in the power play. They got 50 for 1 in the 6 overs, and then no partnerships, nothing whatsoever.
Yeah, the bowlers did a handy job once again. Nawab been good throughout the competition. 4 overs, 2 for 21. Zishan, 4 overs, 2 for 22. The other 2 wickets went to Shahid, and Sajjad getting that 1 wicket at the end of the innings.
So now we are halfway through in this qualifier too, and we'll
I'm here with Dominic Cork, who's really been enjoying the match and that weather as well. Dom, 133, do you think that will be enough for the Warriors?
I don't think it's going to be enough, no, for a lot of reasons. The wind is still up, and I'm going to just come down with me here. I'm going to show you that there's absolutely no dew as well, so that's obviously going to help the bowling side in a way. But when you look at that wicket, it looks absolutely amazing, Roa. And I just think the way that Zishan bowled, the way that Nawab bowled, I just don't see them getting back into the game. But you never know. A good power play, and then you can probably get back into it. But they need something now. This is going to be a big ask.
Well, they really are probably the best bowling side of PJL, so you never know. They might surprise you, Dom, with that bowling.
Yeah, look, you've got to go out there, and I'm sure the mentors and the coach will say to him, look, go out there. There's an opportunity here to go through to the first final. So you've got to always have that heart inside of you. And you can see that obviously that pitch is a very good pitch. They've been excellent pitches. So while you've still got a little bit of hope, you go out there and win the game. Even though it's not enough runs,
yeah,
you've still got to go out there, take early wickets, put pressure on in the power play, and then see how it is. If you get off to a good start like they did in the power play, they were 50, and then they just lost all momentum. So if they can do that and richly go on, they'll win the game easily and meet the Sharks tomorrow.
I mean, you spoke of the power play. They do have a great opening pair in Basit and Tayyab. Do you think the Warriors will be looking to really just destabilize the opening pair, because the Royals have a very weak middle order?
got to get Basid Ali out. So that's actually simple. Get him out. He's got 100 already, and that's what you've got to do. But you've got to seriously understand that both sides have got a chance. Let's see what happens. Don't go anywhere the next 20 overs. We'll see who's in the first final tomorrow night.
Well, wonderful speaking to you as always, Don. Thanks for chatting.
No worries.
So here's the target. If you want to play the final, then get those 133 runs at 6.65. We'll take a break. We come back with the innings highlights.
Welcome back to the Gaddafi Stadium. That's the story. The Royals are going to need 133 runs off 20 overs. They need to go at just over 6.5 runs per over, so it shouldn't be too much of drama for them. Let's have a look at the highlights that have happened so far. And this is, of course, the Warriors batting first after being asked about first. They got a few runs right at the start. They're always going to rely on Thomas and also Shazaib right at the top of the order. And boundaries came at this stage, and they put 38 on the board actually, so they looked like they were sitting pretty. And a couple of big scores, a couple of big shots, and things look fairly well controlled. Picking up that vacant third fine leg region as well, until that happened, which was put down. And then 2 balls later, that happened, and I was caught. Tyab took the catch, and Thomas has gone for 14, 38 for 1 when he departed. Farouk arrived. Nice drive through the cover region. Slicing back of the square on the offside as well. Didn't take him too long before he also looked to get off the bowling, so it was nice work from him. And Farouk actually just walked past one, it seemed, and he was bowled by Shahid for 24 for 77 for 2 when he went. It was a grasped opportunity when Cox had arrived in the middle. Cox is not the biggest boundary hitter, and he holed out to deep mid wicket for just 10, so 94 for 3 when he went, and then it left Shazaib to be there. He'd scored 32 before he put one up in the air. It was a fine catch by Tyab Arif. He went for 32 and 94 for 4 when he departed.
Yeah, and then the trouble really started. Mohammad Zishan introduced into the attack. Got a couple of wickets, and really from here on in, Mardan Warriors were losing too many wickets too quickly. This was the run out of the captain, Abasali. All watching. Didn't have a look at where his partner was. Next man to go is Nabil. Putting the toe into the bat, looking to go over long off. And then Nazar looking to be a bit innovative in the last over. And then, of course, in the last wicket of the innings, the run out, trying to come back. Get as many as they can. It's well fielded by Nathan Edward down at third man. And 132 for 9 is what the Mardan Warriors managed in their 20 overs. Right, now we're going to go for a break. And when we come back, we're going to be with the action live. And let's see who's going to make it through to join the Sharks in the final.
Welcome back to a rather cool Gaddafi Stadium tonight, where we have a very important 20 overs, which is going to decide who's going to be up against the Sharks tomorrow. That's what the Royals need, 133 runs off 20 overs, and they need to go at 6.65 runs per over. Now he is going to be a mainstay, of course. Bahawalpur Ali, he's top of the pops when it comes to the runs scored. 253 runs scored in the tournament, so he's played really, really well as Bahawalpur Ali. Jabez Afan at the non-strikers end at the moment. He's got 100 runs under his belt. Strike rate 128. Bahawalpur Ali is the more aggressive of the two and likes to control things right at the start. Haven't seen this guy for a while on the sidelines. Missed the last game. Amal Khan. Certainly fired up the Pakistan Junior League with 3 for 15 in the first game that he played. Just went off the boil a little bit, but he's got some good shape to his deliveries. Got a bit of pace behind them as well. And he will need to strike early. That's what they need to do, as they haven't got a particularly big total. 132 on the board. On a track which is a pretty good one. And we are now just about to get underway. Pretty much the same plan as what we have seen from the Warriors. It's the batsmen at the top who have scored a lot of runs, and there's been problems in the middle order, which is what they'll want to get into. Too far away from chopping on the left stump, but far enough.
Yeah, it's not a bad start from Amal Khan. There's a little bit of swing there. You just see that the seam comes down quite nicely. Hasn't got too much of a long run up.
And that's swung a little bit more.
Yeah, and just think about the Warriors that are missing tonight Abdullah and Archie Lenham because of injury. So a lot relies on the likes of Amal Khan, Hasib Khan as well, Mohammed Nabil. And if they are going to try and defend this 132, you'd think that they've got to take minimum of 2 wickets in the power play.
A little bit of a mini yelp from Bahawalpur Ali.
Yeah, a little bit of pace as well. I think he's surprised by that pace, because I think he thinks he can just work this away, and it just darts back. That's a good start. I like this, and I'm sure that Shahid Afridi has said to his young charges, go out there and give it your all. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down fighting. We're going to make it difficult for the Royals.
Game last night, by the way, with the Warriors, Lenham and that's picked up. That's picked up one bounce and it's gone for 4. That's a very good shot indeed.
Yeah, just got a little bit greedy, didn't he? And because now he's used to that pace, he's able just to flick it away. Watch his bottom hand come into it and just helps it on its way. There's a big gap, or was a big gap, because fine leg was up in the circle. That now has changed. So third has come up into the circle. There's still a slip in place, and the 2 fielders out are a fine leg, and it looks like square leg, deep square leg, might be just slightly in front.
2 balls left in the over. He's got to check that boundary ball. That's away back with a square on the offside, and that's gone for another 4. That's a very good shot.
Yeah, that's just a nightmare for a captain as well, because you've just changed your field because you think your bowler is trying to attack middle stump, and then he bowls one just outside with third up in the circle, fielder just behind, and all Bahawalpur Ali has got to do is, he hasn't got to use his feet too much, use the pace, use the hands, back-to-back boundaries.
So after 3 balls, things are looking okay. Then 2 4s in a row. Final ball now. And he's gone again. And that is the 3rd in a row. So suddenly runs are coming. 12 off that over, 1 over gone.
And some of Bahawalpur Ali's ability, you can't bowl short and wide at. He's such a good player. We saw that when he got that 100. Gets in nice positions. His hands, he's got very quick hands. And for a small batter, he stands tall. Look how he's up on his toes there. And then once he bisects the two fielders, it'll run away here. Poor over for the start for the Warriors. Good over for the Royals.
Just to complete your story about Abidullah and also Archie Lenham, they picked up 5 of the wickets to fall yesterday. 3 to Abidullah, who also picked up the Man of the Match award, and Archie picked up 2 for 20. Nabil, he's going to have to try and pull back that first over. Gervais on strike now. Oh, that's a good drive. That's a lovely drive on the up for 4.
Beautiful shot. Just so easy. Doesn't look to try and overhit it. Uses the pace. Foot movement minimal. But just the way that he times the ball, it's beautiful. Changing plans as well. They opened with a spinner last night as well, didn't they? Who took the 2 wickets of Ezekiel and Habibullah. Now they've gone with 2 seamers.
And this time it goes just past the outside edge with a little bit of movement away from Nabil. Nice shape. Osaka Battery Tonic. Osaka Battery will give a reward of 10,000 rupees for every shot that hits the Osaka Battery board. I think we might have to move that to the cover fence. Might be a chance. What we've seen so far. Oh, and he's caught it. Sharp catch. 3 juggles and he's taken the catch. That's a very, very good catch and a good wicket early.
Well, I talked about how they were going to try and get themselves back into this game. 2 wickets minimum in the power play. They have 1. And it is the dangerous Chavez Irfan. And it's good. These are not easy off your own bowling. Not timed so well. Gets a hand on it, gets it up. In the end, juggles it a bit. It doesn't matter. It's a wicket for Mohammed Nabil. And a celebration from both him and the keeper. Yeah, didn't panic, did he? Just didn't panic. Watch the celebration, you ripper. So, Chavez Irfan goes to 4. The Royals 16 for 1.
Well, that's what they needed to do. They needed to strike that opening partnership. Break it nice and early, and they've done that. They're up against Tayyib Arif, who's a very fine young player. Seen him play a couple of very tidy knocks so far. Looked impressive in his first knock as well. If they can pick up another one, and suddenly that chase down of 133 to win doesn't look that far away. Tayyib Arif. He's on the onside, so he's off the mark now.
Yeah, and 1 more than he got in that last game. Remember, he got an absolute beauty from Mohammed Ismail to nick behind. This is the end of Chavez Irfan, who just spooned it back up to the bowler. Eventually didn't panic. Took the catch. Yeah, just tried to work it probably a little bit too much to the leg side. And that's what they need. A couple of more of these wickets in this power play, and all of a sudden this game could go either way.
So 3 fours off the last 3 balls of the last over. Bounce off the first ball of this over. Dot ball, then a wicket. So suddenly they're back in it right at the top. The Warriors. Not if you bowl there, though. That's going to be flicked away comfortably for a boundary.
this is the man they've got to get out. And they've got to get him out quickly, because he can hurt you with such a low total. As when he gets the opportunity to score, he's not bothered if wickets go down the other end. In this power play, he's going to try and take the game away from the Warriors. He's 16 from 7 deliveries, strike rate of just over 220. We've got to get him out.
It's exactly where Nabil didn't want to bowl. That delivery, as you can see with his expression. Oh, and he's done it again, though. There is protection there, so it's only going to be the one. He's got a little bit lucky. And that's the end of the second over. 10 from that, 22 for 1.
.132 for 9 is where the Mardan Warriors got to after their 20 overs. They were put into bat. They were 50 for 1 off the power play. Lost momentum in that middle order. Once again, middle overs. And off the first couple of overs, they have a wicket. The Royals 22 for 1.
Yeah, I think Mardan will be ruining the fact that their guys have got starts. Farouk 20, Chazaib 32. There's 2 for starters, didn't get going. And we've got Samama into the attack. And he at his top speed reaches 135 k's per hour. Another look at the dismissal. It has gone down, just a little bit of a juggle. Sharp reflexes. I counted 5 little grabs at that white ball before those celebrations started. Quick single.
Yeah, just keep your eye on this man as well if he's bowling mid 130s as well. In the side, in place of Abdullah, so a little bit of pressure on him. Of course, perhaps these batters may have not faced him before, so he may have that on his side. No slip.
I guess he'll be happier that Basd Ali's the non-striker's in at the moment with Tayyab on the striking end. Whenever he comes to the crease, Tayyab Arif, he looks so in tune with the bowling straight away, just moving so nicely, quick feet.
Yeah, we've done a few of his games now where he's got off the mark with some beautiful drives. Got off with a boundary. 16-year-old young man making his way. Dropped a catch and then took the catch, and the delight.
He's going to have to bowl that one again.
Yeah, and just throughout this tournament, you know, this is what, match 18, we've seen some wonderful cricket. Sometimes we have to just remember that it is under 19 cricket. I know I've said that before, but the experience that some of these guys have had, even the overseas guys, I can take that from what the 6 or 7 English guys, they have absolutely loved their time here.
Yeah, I think it's been quite remarkable, I do. I mean, terrific to see, and I mean, what an opportunity for those overseas guys to come here and meet some friends for life, to play under some of these mentors, some of these coaches. Unbelievable, just an outstanding opportunity for them. And then when we get to the sharp end, things just get a little bit more tense, and there's an extra dimension added to their learning curve.
Yeah, throw in the fact that you're in a Gaddafi Stadium, an international stadium. Some of them may not have been in this sort of arena before. A bit of a crowd as well.
Lots of viewers watching throughout Pakistan, obviously for starters, but all throughout the world also. Slight misfill, they capitalise on that. Live streaming throughout the world, taken live throughout Northern America, New Zealand as well, on TV. So throughout Pakistan, PTV Sports, good to have them on board, and Willow TV in North America, and Sky New Zealand in New Zealand, and there's the live streaming partners, Geo Super throughout Pakistan, and then PJL official throughout other areas. And also great to have these sponsors on board. They grab the opportunity to get in. Kingdom Valley, go to the Facebook page and get a chance to win exciting prizes, and you can be the next winner. 6 off this over so far with 1 ball remaining. Plenty of time to play it. And scamper through for 1 as well. So 7 off the over, 3 gone, 29 for 1.
Yeah, it's great to see some of these young potential future international players that, in my personal opinion, I've seen at least 3 or 4 Pakistani under-19s that I think will go on and become full internationals. I think 1 is at the top of the list there. I generally think that Basit Ali will play for Pakistan, and I'll be looking forward to watching him from wherever I am. I look at Zishan, I think he's got something about him. Every time he comes on to bowl, his height, his ability.
Well, I'll be watching Tayyab Arif very closely as well. Leg side, not for the first time. And just another thing to mention is these pitches, and I know that we've spoken about the ground staff of these pitches. They've just recently been relayed. It's been a couple of months actually, that's all. There's 11 tracks in total in this square. 4 of the tracks have been relayed to the depth of 6 inches. 6 of them relayed to the depth of 4 inches, and the last 2 on the ends relayed to the depth of 2 inches. Just terrific to see that they've been redone, and they're up and running straight away and playing beautifully.
Yeah, and you can also see now the pitch we're going to play on for the final, which is already cut and ready. We've used it already. It is pitch 1, right where the umpire is now. Which team will be playing on that? On the left of your screen, that is the final pitch number 1.
Sharks. He's gone over the top of that one, and he's hit that with some power. Quite a bit of bottom hand involved, and he's picked up half a dozen, and he's gone straight pitch side into the studio.
I'll say it and I'll say it again. Wherever you are in Pakistan, you take a note of this man's name. He is going to be playing for Pakistan very soon. Playing these sort of shots in a high-stake game, pressure on him. It is such a good shot. Which seat did it hit? Sanamir right in the middle.
Wow, what a good shot that was.
It's just how balanced he is. For any young boy or girl out there wanting to know how to bat, just look how balanced he is. Yeah, of course he uses his hands. He's got quick hands, which you see you really work at that. It just hits that middle, near that middle seat. See a presenter on his seat is out, then I'll sit on the other side on the right.
Well, he squeezed that away for 4 as well. That is very, very delicate.
You've got to stop that. That's just ridiculous. That's a beautiful Yorker bowled by Mohammed Nabil. And once again, it's just all about hands. Watch his hands. Watch how he opens the face. Doesn't try and overhit it. In some ways, it's a better shot because he has to try and work it to third, and he does.
It's almost a field hockey shot. That is very clever. Nice compact player, Basit Ali.
Given a wide, I think the keeper tried to stop the umpire. And I said at the beginning of the PJL that the coaches and the mentors get together, pick their best player in each franchise, and then they then go on to the PSL. That's where I think there is then a nice pathway from under-19 cricket into that major T20 tournament.
It's a long over, 13 from it so far. There is protection down there now with the third man. He's purring along. Basit Ali. Maybe he's got a bit of this Zik motor oil going through his system. Unveil the reel, peel the label to win via lucky draw every week. And prizes worth millions. That's whipped away. Just for one. That's a big over. 15 runs off over number 4. 44 for one now. Let's look at the comparisons after 4 overs. Royals 44 for one now. Warriors were 34 for none, so no wickets down at that stage. But they've had a nice little spurt, the Royals, courtesy of Basit Ali's on 30 now, 14 balls. Strike rate of 214. On to the farm now. 7 wickets, an economy rate of 6.5. Best of 3 for 29.
Yeah, and I talked about he opened the bowling last night and got those couple of wickets, got Ezekiel and Habibullah out. They decided tonight not to open with him.
I think they've had enough of the quicker bowlers giving Basit Ali all the pace onto the bat. Change of pace now, get a bit of spin involved. Basit Ali's on strike with that single straight away from Tayyab.
Green hat on for Basit Ali because he's a leading run scorer. Javid Miandad is the mentor of the whole tournament. Leading wicket taker is Abdul Qadir. And then he'll wear that hat. Nearly another misfield.
See, now they can just work the bowling around a bit. He's the overall mentor, Javid Miandad, helping all the teams, doing a sterling job too. What a sensational cricketer he was. That's worked away. They'll be able to trot back for the second comfortably. The Warriors have been pretty quiet for the first 5 overs, it's got to be said. The keeper's now starting to get a little bit vocal. That single brings up the 50, so they're going beautifully at the moment after 5. 10 runs and over exactly.
We're back. at the Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore, the qualifier 2. And Bahawalpur Royals are going quicker than the Warriors. Warriors were 50 for 1 in the power play. They've got one more over to go. Basit Ali leading the way. He's now 287. He's been there for a while on the top of that list. And, well, Martin Benkenstein can actually cross that. He's got one more opportunity in the final. So, things have been going Bahawalpur Royals' way. They need 83 of 90, in control with 9 in hand. Hasib Khan, their spin bowling is good. Can they produce magic today and get their side out in the field tomorrow?
Hasib Khan bowled a good spell yesterday, 4 overs for 19 runs. No wicket for him, but he can bowl a lot of dot deliveries.
Yeah, the spinners don't give away runs, but today they need wickets, 9 of them. You can win yourself spot decode during PJL matches and get a chance to win all the new Bold 2 smartphone and fabulous merchandise. From more information, you can go onto the Decode Pakistan social media pages. So there you go, a smartphone available for you, lots of other prizes.
We didn't see a lot of leg spinners bowling in the power play. Hasib Khan started bowling after the first couple of games, and the captain is now showing a lot of confidence. Just 2 fielders out of the circle, deep mid-wicket, long on. Not easy for leg spinners to bowl in the power play, so good 3 dot deliveries.
That's a shot. Flight was given and he drives through it. Good stop from George Thomas.
Basit Ali thought he had made a good connection, and that's why he didn't run as fast as he would. Just look at that, he's just strolling down, and then he watches the fielder, George Thomas, doing really well on the boundary. Good slide, good flick back.
That was quick. He was rushing on to Basit Ali. He's got fast hands, got bat.
And the gap between the Royals and the Mardan Warriors in the power play reduced because of this over. Just 2 of 5 deliveries. Mardan Warriors were 49 for 1. They are 52 for 1.
Turn and bounce. Power play is done, 52 for 1.
And it has been about Basit Ali mostly, hitting boundaries. Beautiful timed shot. Excellent balance. His technique is really good, and then a really good cotton bowl by Mohammad Nabil. Shahwez Irfan was promoted up the order, but then we saw Basit Ali taking the attack to the bowlers. Big shots, big hits, and some really intelligent shots as well, using the pace of the bowler.
End of the power play. Need to get wickets. The power play has been quite similar. Wickets exactly the same. Just 2 runs ahead, Royals. But the advantage is that they know what they're chasing. Look at that. Over number 16, 20, 34 for 4. Even 7 to 15, just 48. They went boundaryless for 49 deliveries. There's 8.1 overs.
So many times we've been talking about those middle overs, the death overs. Royals changing their batting order. Tayyab Arif, who has been opening the innings, has come one down. This is an important phase where Mohammad Irfan and Hasib Khan are operating. They both bowl really well. Mohammad Irfan got the important wicket of Hassan Isa Khail and Habibullah yesterday. So for Basit Ali and Tayyab Arif to make sure that the required run rate is just 5.78. So if they even can get 5 runs off the overs, it should be good.
This is a critical phase. I know that Bahawalpur is not worried about the run rate. They've got that in control. But the spinners will tighten things up. Don't lose your wickets looking for boundaries, because that's not what you want. A good power play has got them in a position that they can just get these kind of deliveries put away. Boundary.
And that's Tayyab Arif for you. He doesn't like to hit the ball really hard, or doesn't overcomplicate things. He keeps it simple, very balanced at the crease. That's why he knows exactly where the ball was. It was down the leg side, a little tickle, and went for 4.
I just can't get over that cover drive that he played last week. Is just one of the best shots in the tournament. Slightly short, he's picked it up. Is there an opportunity? No, it just might go over. It has, in fact. Even the ball boy couldn't get to it. And that's a maximum to end the over. 65 for 1.
That's the power of Basit Ali. We talk about how he can create so much power from that back foot. So many times in this tournament we have seen he's created this shot. The bowler has fallen short a little bit. The ball boy outside tries to grab it. Look at that.
You hurt your finger.
Cheeky smiles. He's trying to hide now.
Good attempt. Full marks for the effort.
Camera pressure. After the wicket of Shahwez Irfan. Hasib Khan is creating some problems for Basit Ali. Ball a few dot deliveries to him. It's going to be a good contest between the two.
Still not shying to flight it, just asking Basit to go for that big hit. Inverix is offering you lots of prizes, exciting prizes. All you have to do is visit the social media pages and become a candidate to win.
Again, a very good over. Just 2 of the last over of the power play of Hasib Khan, and then 2 from 4 deliveries.
It'll just be 1 here because the fielder is quick. He's rushed at the ball. Only if they had 15-20 more runs, then the bowlers will be able to experiment more. They'll be under less pressure. They don't have many runs to play with. Also, you haven't been able to see Basit Ali's back early on.
Four of the over after 8 overs, 69 for 1.
"64 of 72. That's the equation for the Royals to make it to the final and meet the Gawada Sharks. Earlier on, 32 from Shahzeb, 24 from Farooq. They got a good start, but then middle order again not coming to the party. Aram Nawab and Zishan have been leading the way. 2 good 4-over spells each, and both of them grabbing 2 wickets each just at the right interval. So they did not shift from their focus. They were hit for 50 runs in the power play, but they knew once the field opens up, they can put the pressure on. Mohammad Farooq now comes into the attack for the Warriors.
That's short and wide. Couple of runs for Basit Ali. Mohammad Farooq is the 6th bowler being used by the Warriors. They don't have the services of Abidullah in this match, who has been brilliant for them.
He's completed 300 runs, Basit Ali, in the tournament. Only player who'd like to get as close as possible to that is Luke Benkenstein, who will be in action tomorrow for the Sharks. He's got fast hands, Basit Ali. This board hasn't been hit though. Osaka battery will give a reward of 10,000 rupees every shot that hits this Osaka battery tonic board.
This needs to go to deep mid-wicket. Most of the sixes are going there.
Oh, misfield. I'll put it on the pitch. Why not?
On the pitch. Are you going to give that to the bowlers?
You know, just put it a little on the side. Nice work, soft hands. Now they're just playing around with the field because they've got no pressure whatsoever in terms of required run rates.
Good intelligent batting there by both Tayyab Arif and Basit Ali. 5 of 5. The required run rate is also 5.28.
Over comes to an end with a single. Is 75 for 1. That's the top scorer, 302. It's got the green cap, the Javed Miandad cap for the highest scorer, and he's wearing that. And same team, Zishan, the fast bowler, Royals, he's got the Abdul Qadir cap. It's 11 wickets. That's a fair shout. That's a fair shout. Has he got some glove on it?
That's a really good shout. And they are going for the review.
And why not? Use all the resources available. You need wickets. That looked good with the naked eye. Now we'll see in the slow-mo what exactly the story is.
The only thing that can save is the height. Looked quite straight in front. No problem with the front foot. Illegal delivery there. The next thing to check is whether there was any bat. The bat was nowhere near, so this should be easy. The only consideration would be the height. It is hit above the knee roll.
Yes, pitched in line, straightens up, and if there's no bat, this is looking pretty good. He's not that outstretched that he'll be 2 meters or more. What's your call? Not out.
It was pretty close. Hasib Khan has been bowling really well.
Try to sweep that from in front of the stumps. It's only the bounce here, right? Otherwise, we don't see any bat involved. They need a bit of luck here, the Warriors.
No problems for the Royals. They can just see off Hasib Khan, who is bowling a really good spell. Just 7 of 2.2 overs. He's not finding a lot of good partnership from the other end as a bowler. Not being able to put a lot of pressure because there's only 5 required every over. But he's bowling a really good spell.
That single brings up the 50 for Basit Ali. Another great knock, and why not in an all-important qualifier too. He's been leading them the way whenever he scores for them up front. It's very rare that the Royals lose a match.
Look at the strike rate, 147. No matter what pitch he's playing, who the opposition is, he's able to maintain that strike rate. That's so impressive.
Just that one good call. Shout it out. They don't want the second one.
But the important thing for him is that he keep it going. We have seen so many times a wicket of a set batter and the opposition comes back into the game.
Cut away. That's a strong zone. He hits it hard and stays hit.
A rare bad delivery from Hasib Khan and played really well by Basit Ali. He has been trying to play this shot for a while. Rocks on the back foot, makes a really good connection. And with the outfield of Gaddafi Stadium, it races to the boundary.
Dot ball to end the over. 7 of it. 82 for 1 halfway.
They are a long way ahead. The the Bahawalpur Royals are 82 for 1 in 10 overs. Remember, they're trying to chase down that 133 and a chance to take the Sharks on again. Remember, they lost to the Sharks in qualifier 1 just 2 nights ago, and they have a chance in match 19 to take them on in the first Pakistan Junior League final, which takes place tomorrow night. Remember, it's free entrance. Come down and see a final, see some music taking place, some fireworks, everything, Tino.
Everything indeed. It's come to a nice finish. The inaugural Pakistan Junior League. We've seen a world of talent in these young cricketers.
Samama Riaz back into the attack for his second over. Remember, he's come into the team in place of Abdullah, who has a rib injury, we believe. Nearly picked out fine leg. Now, did he tread on the cushioning?
I was just about to say that left foot looked like it was on the advertising triangle.
He daren't look at the screen, I know that. He looked left at the screen as soon as it went up, but just see if he does. I think it's his left foot, isn't it? Does he tread on it? Oh, does he? That's 4. Bazza Ali, you lucky man. Add a boundary to your total.
How calm is he, though, after he's collected the ball?
Oh, yeah.
Very calmly throws it back to the keeper.
Yeah, the boundary 4's being given. So, partnership growing, 71 from 56. They need another 46. Tino, what have you made of this competition? It's our first time here, you know, obviously to watch these young up-and-coming aspiring cricketers. What is your take on it?
Oh, well, the idea, first of all, a brilliant one. Brainchild, of course, of Ramiz Raja, the PCB chairman, former international cricketer. The level of cricket, the standard that I've seen from the players, the likes of Basit Ali out in the middle there, Tariq Raif, the guy he's batting with, has been fantastic. Oh, it's well bowled. He's got an inside edge, and I think that's going to run away. Oh, it's a valiant effort by Nabil. But that will be 4 more runs to the total.
Yeah, in some ways, it's a perfect Yorker that he just digs out and gets an inside edge. Probably the one time in his innings where he's probably in a little bit of trouble if he just doesn't get an inside edge on it. I think he's trying to run it down to third. And whether it comes off the bat or his arm, enjoy that fortune. Doesn't last longer, can I tell you. Enjoy the little bit of luck. He's 62 from 39. Picked up again, and this time it will just be 1. No foot on the cushioning this time. Yeah, this has been a great competition so far, and there is another one coming soon. Just the way that he's played that. It is called a hashtag level the playing field, and that is the Women's League. That is coming soon. Keep your eye out for that. It's so good to be giving women and girls the opportunity to play cricket at the highest level. End of another over. 11 overs gone. It's 92 for 1, and it's time for drinks.
people's language. Yes, that's brutal.
Just joining us, this is qualifier 2, and the Royals are in prime position to take on the Sharks tomorrow night, thanks to one man, Basid Ali, who has played not just beautifully tonight, but throughout this tournament. He times the ball. He's something special, Tino.
He is top run scorer in the competition. For today's innings, he was way at the top with 253 runs. You can add 63 more. And probably a few more as well. He's been a standout performer for the Royals. Got 100 as well in the competition, the only one.
Yeah, this has been one of his slowest 50s as well. 100, as you say, and 250s. No need to rush. 41 from 54 deliveries. And the opportunity to take on the Sharks again and maybe turn round that loss in qualifier 1. Amel Khan into the attack. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. Don't really need to commentate on that. Just watch this replay.
Corky, you said this guy could be playing for Pakistan soon. I think you're wrong. He could play for Pakistan tomorrow. Look at this. Sublime.
You just know when somebody's in form because of their balance. Nice little trigger movement, gets himself into position, and the full face of the bat. Yeah, you think about the initiative that Ramiz Raja has introduced here, and obviously it's how many players you can produce from this to go on and play in PSL or international cricket. He must be delighted to see these sort of shots as a former opening batter himself, to see the quality of the bowling as well. You just see that on the test stage. You're right. One-day internationals, 2020s. Maybe you're right, he could play now.
And just to go back to your question about my thoughts on the whole of the Pakistan Junior League, I think from a production point of view, this is one of the best I've seen in the world, and it's just at under 19 level. Corky. Here he is, the man behind the idea. I think it's a platform for the players to play, but not just play in different conditions. Have a team with international players, which is not something they would have been subjected a lot to unless they've represented their countries at under 19 level. The opportunity to have interaction with commentators and presenters and better themselves at responses that they give. All of that so important in making a well-rounded cricketer. Playing under lights. So, no-brainer, this one.
Well, I don't think he gets this, but he's going to get away with it just. He probably should have been run out. George Thomas was just a little bit lax there. If he'd attacked it, picked it up, he could have... could have run Tayyab Arif out. Just look, he just is a little bit taking his time. I think it might have been close. End of the 12th over. It's 99 for 1. Yeah, even that last ball, that was off middle and off stump line, and he just works it down to third. It's just brilliant. Watch this. Not a bad delivery, this. What line is it? Oh, it's outside, just. It's still a decent shot. Look at him. That's the thing that you're on about. Under 19s cricketers talking to a legend in Imran Tahir. He's worked so hard, carrying the drinks. I saw him. That's the sort of man he is. Just loves the game. Just hopefully he doesn't try and teach them how to celebrate and run around the ground 3 times. Punished. This is a short delivery to a man in form, and it's another boundary.
103 for 1. That boundary takes the score too. Again, nicely played. He's just got himself inside the line. Made sure that he plays that ball fine at the man at fine leg of the boundary. Nice hook shot.
Get on.
30 now required from 45 deliveries, 46 deliveries. Last 30 balls have been a runner ball, 37, just over a runner ball, 37 without loss. So comfortable, partnership is 87. And they've just taken everything, all the pressure out of the game. Oh, missed by the keeper. And just keep your eye on the umpire. I think it's given runs. It is given runs. Another 4 for Basit Khan. Basit Ali. And whether this comes off his gloves, we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, it's come off the face of the bat, but it hasn't carried. It's fallen short of Dawood, and it's an awkward bounce for him. Basit Ali won't mind. It's another boundary.
Just keep your eye on him as well. He's 22 away from another 100. 25 required. Is he thinking get another 100 in this competition? Or is he just thinking win the game? Coming down to talk now. I like that as well. Just talking to Tayyab.
Wow. Who wouldn't want to get 200s before you get to the final?
You're the batter. Is he saying leave it to me?
I don't know what he's saying, but I'll tell you what, if that was me, definitely.
He's going to take the single. So 24 required. He's 78. Basit Ali's back on strike. Great to see all the kids and families coming along to the Gaddafi Stadium. Wide, and once again the keeper just can't get a hold of it at the moment. It's just running away. It's gone, this game. I think they realise, the Warriors, that there's not a lot they can do at the moment. Oh, a quick single. Oh, tight. Really tight, that. End of another over. 13 runs from it. It's 112 for one. Let me just have a look at this. I think it was tight. I think a direct hit, yeah. I think he would have been comfortably out. He's 25 from 28, Tayyab Arif. Partnership into the 90s, 96 from 73. Mohamed Nabil then with his third over, 1 for 25. The only wicket so far, caught and bowled, and just about got hold of it. Chavez Irfan. Oh, what a lovely shot. What a lovely shot from Tayyab Arif. Whatever you can do, Basit Ali, I can do better.
I think we've seen 5 really good cover drives in this competition, and I think 2 of them have come from the bat of this man. The other one, a couple of overs ago, from his partner Basit Ali. Wow, that is such a good shot.
And a way to bring up the 100 partnership. Looks like that'll be a wide as well, the 100 partnership off 74 balls. Another one of our sponsors, Zik Motor Oil, unveil the real peel, the label to win via lucky draw every week. Prizes worth millions. $100 off 101 off 75 deliveries. Oh, that's a good shot as well. I think it will be stopped, but he'll pick up 2.
I just want to pick your brain here, Corky, about the Royals and how they've gone about their batting order. And we saw Chavez Irfan being promoted to the top of the order today. Did a really good finishing job batting down the order in the middle order in their match a couple of nights ago. Let's have a look at this now, and I think to myself, why would you change the batting lineup? These two batted together, opening the batting in one game against the Raiders. Their partnership was 71 and 54. I'm just having a check here of whether this was a short run from Basit Ali. Now he's got himself just over the line, so that should be okay. and they've batted well together before in that opening role. So why would you change it? You've got one guy who bats at a high gear. You've got Taya Barif, who, if he gets out, can still bat a long time, play the shots, keep the run rate healthy.
Yeah, it's a good question. And the only answer I can give you is perhaps they're thinking ahead. And when I say they're thinking ahead, they're thinking about the Sharks and taking them on in the final. If you remember that qualifier one, Taya Barif got one of the best balls of the tournament and was out first ball. He was caught by Silky Fowl off that bowling of Mohamed Ismail. Maybe they think that to send in Chavez Irfan tomorrow, thinking of the head of tomorrow's game, they may think that might be a better option against that bowling attack. I don't know. Whenever I've seen this young man, Tayyab Arif, I just think that he gets off and does well and gets a boundary. So that's the only thing I can think they're making. They're looking ahead. I don't agree with it because I think he should open. I'm trying to think going into their heads and what they're thinking. It's worked anyway.
Just about to say, it's worked out today.
Just a perfect win to go into a big final tomorrow, especially on the back of that loss as well, because they lost the toss in that game and were put into bat. Only got to 139. And Mohamed Ismail got 3 for 10 in that game. So toss will be important, I'm sure, but this will just give him that confidence going into tomorrow. It's the only real hack that I've seen from him in his innings. He's just trying to get it finished now. End of the 14th over, 121 for 1. Looks like only one team is going there, and that is the Royals. Remember, took on the Sharks, who went straight through to the final a couple of nights ago and were well beaten. So they will go through, winning qualifier 2. They need 12 from 36. Set up, I think, should be an excellent final tomorrow night. Come along, it's free. There's entertainment on, singers, fireworks, pre-game, post-game, and hopefully 40 overs of some great cricket being played. Oh, boundary. This one is a short delivery that is punished by Bazat Ali again. 83 he goes on to.
He's batted a long time. Been in total control. He's not going to miss out on deliveries like that.
Hasib Khan into his last over as well. 8 runs required. He wants to get it over with. It may be a chance. No, let it bounce. Let it bounce. Maybe could have put a dive in, but I think he realizes the game is done. So just one maximum. Just a maximum to finish here, Tino. And if there's a man to finish it in style, it is Bazat Ali.
Kept the men back. At long on and long off. Sweeper on the offside. Foul corner vacant, deep backward square. On the boundary fielders.
And pushing 2 again. He wants the strike. That's good running. Even though the game is done, they're going to go on and win this game. They're still doing it professionally. Straight down the ground. And what a way to finish. Leading run scorer, and Bahawalpur Ali gets into the 90s. He finishes it. He's 91 not out of 55, a partnership of 117 from 85 with Tayyab Arif. And it is the Royals who will go on and face the Sharks in the first Pakistan Junior League final tomorrow night.
You could not put together a better performance than this the day before a final. Tayyab Arif has been fantastic with bat in hand once again. This man all throughout the tournament. A partnership, 117 and 85 balls. 79 and 32 the contributions from Basit and Tayyab Arif respectively. But look at that. Celebrations from their colleagues. Basit Ali has been outstanding once again this evening. One word we've been having is opening batsmen getting into positions to take the team through and not doing that. He's done it twice. 100 not out. He now has 91 not out. Leading the side.
Yeah, what a way to finish. 344 runs he has to his name at the moment. Strike rate of 151, and he's appreciated by his team. They may have got well and truly beaten in qualifier 1 against the Sharks. They were given another opportunity in qualifier 2 to get themselves to the final. They bowled well, they restricted the Warriors to 132 for 9, and they made light work of the run chase. 5.1 overs left. And a really, really comprehensive performance.
And well deserved. Corky, I think if you look at the Sharks and you look at the Royals, their performances from match 1, they are the 2 best sides that are in the competition. So this is what's happened over the last 3 days. Qualifier 1 was won by the Guara Sharks over the Royals, and they went straight to the final. And then it was the eliminator last night between Rawalpindi and Mardan. Mardan triumphed in that one and moved forward onto qualifier 2, where a stunning performance by the Bahawalpur Royals has booked them a place in the final tomorrow, and that's against the Sharks.
So set at 133 to win. They lost an early wicket to Chavez Irfan, who was put up the order. He was caught and bowled for 4, but then it was that 117 partnership from 85, 91 not out from Bahawalpur Ali, and 32 not out from Tayyab Arif saw them get to 133 in 14.5 overs.
Yeah, the bowlers struggled. Obviously expensive. Samama, the young new man who came into the side, 10 and over. The only wicket that was taken was by the young 14-year-old Nabil.
So, qualifier 2, done and dusted. Warriors, who were put into bat by the Royals, got to 132 for 9. Some good bowling from all 4 bowlers there from the Royals, and in reply, simply too good. 133 for 1. And the Royals win the game by 9 wickets. We're going to take a quick break, and on the other side will be the post-match presentation.
Welcome back to Gaddafi Stadium. This is what has happened on the penultimate evening of the Pakistan Junior League. The Mardan Warriors batting first, 132 for 9. They found the going tough. Shazib, the only man who managed to get something significant, 32 and 36 balls. Right, the Bahawalpur Royals in pursuit did it with a minimum of sweat, 133 for 1, winning this game by 9 wickets. Right, it's time for the presentation and we're going to go downstairs. Let's join Sikandar.
Thank you, Tino, and welcome to the post-match presentation of Qualifier 2. And we finally have our two finalists, Gwadar Sharks and Bahawalpur Royals, for the first edition of the Pakistan Junior League. Before I give away the awards and call out their names, let me introduce you to our presentation party. Starting off with Ms. Sarina Agha, Director Human Resources, Pakistan Cricket Board. Next to her is Colonel Atif Azad, Senior Manager Security and Anti-Corruption, Pakistan Cricket Board. Then Mr. Mohammad Farhan Khan, Regional Sales Manager of Inverex Solar Energy. And last not least, Mr. Khalid Mahmood Shahid, Divisional Head Marketing. Got a list of awards here, and we got an extra award to give away today, so lots of winners. I'll first request Mr. Colonel Atif Azad, please, to step forward. He'll be presenting the PCB batter of the match, cash award of 25,000. And of course, that goes to Basit Ali for his 91 of 55. Super performance, and when Basit bats up in the order and performs, Israeli Royals lose a match. Next, I'll request Mr. Mohammad Farhan Khan, and he will be presenting Inverex Energetic Bowler of the Match, cash award of 25,000, and that is for Arham Nawab. Superb bowling throughout the tournament, and of course he's led the side on 2 occasions, and today the bowling was perfect and exactly what was needed to win a game. Now Mr. Khalid Mahmood Shahid will be presenting State Life Best All-Rounder of the Match, cash award of 50,000, and that will go to Tayyab Arif for 32 and 3 catches. 16-year-old Tayyab Arif, brilliant performance for the side and a well-deserved award. Now I'll request Ms. Sarina Agha once again to please present the Decode Signal 2 Phone Player of the Match award, and it's got to be Basit Ali. Once again, 91 of 55. Basit has been performing throughout. He's also wearing the Javed Miandad cap, the highest scorer in the tournament, today crossed 300. And one more award, I'll request Ms. Sarina Agha once again, this time to present Kingdom Valley Player of the Match trophy and cash award of 100,000. And again, it's Basit Ali. 91 of 55. Brilliantly done, and what a match to get 91 to help the team qualify for the finals. Basit, थोड़ी बात करेंगे आपसे. ट्रॉफी हाथ में अच्छी लगेगी, उसके साथ बात करते हैं. बासित, ओवरऑल टूर्नामेंट में शानदार परफॉर्मेंस रही. मैंने अभी बताया जावेद मियादाद कैप आप पहले से ही पहने हुए थे इस मैच से पहले. एंजॉय करते हैं अपनी बैटिंग को, ये सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है पूछना.
जी पहले तो अल्लाह
थोड़ा सा आगे आ जाए जी.
पहले तो अल्लाह पाक का लाख लाख शुक्र मुझसे परफॉर्मेंस करवाया, और जी बिल्कुल मैं तो अपने बैटिंग एंजॉय करता हूँ.
ओवरऑल आपने अपनी परफॉर्मेंस दिखाई है इस टूर्नामेंट में, तभी आप हाईएस्ट स्कोरर हैं. आज के इस मैच में ऑफकोर्स ये प्रेशर मैच था, नॉकआउट फेज था, टोटल इतना बड़ा नहीं था, लेकिन आप लोगों ने शायद कोशिश की एज ओपनिंग बैटर्स कि हम पावर प्ले बहुत अच्छा करें.
इमरान फरद भाई ने यही बोला कि बस आपने लास्ट तक जाना है, बिल्कुल हिट ना करें, बेशक ना करें, लास्ट तक जाएं बस.
तो कितना आप लोगों ने कोई प्लान किया हुआ था इसको चेस डाउन किस तरह करेंगे, अपना टाइम लेंगे या इसको हम जल्दी फिनिश कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि टोटल इतना बड़ा नहीं था.
जी बिल्कुल, बस जल्दी करना था, लेकिन जल्दी ही हो गया.
आपके पास शॉट्स बहुत सारे हैं, अल्फाज बहुत कम है लेकिन आपका बैट ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो enjoy yourself, we enjoy your batting, and let's have another one tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Basit Ali, the winner of the Player of the Match award. Now I'll request the losing captain Abbas Ali, please come forward और आके हमसे थोड़ी सी बात करें. अब्बास, आज इतना अच्छा दिन नहीं रहा एज अ टीम, एज अ कप्तान, लेकिन थ्रू आउट टूर्नामेंट में बड़ी शानदार परफॉर्मेंस देते रहे. आज रन्स कम थे, उसको देंगे, या किस जगह आप कहेंगे गलतियां हुई हैं टीम से?
जी बिल्कुल, हार जीत होते हैं, क्रिकेट का हिस्सा है, लेकिन हमने 25-30 रन कम किए थे, इसलिए हमारा ऊपर प्रेशर आ गया. और थ्रू ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट हमने बहुत अच्छा खेला है, जिस तरह बासित और तैयब ने हमारे अगेंस्ट खेला है तो माशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छा खेला है।
अच्छा, प्रेशर आपकी टीम पे बैटिंग करते हुए पहले इतना था नहीं, 50 आपने बनाया पावर प्ले में, एक ही विकेट गिरा था, तो मोमेंटम लूज कहाँ हुआ है?
जी बिल्कुल, हमारे 6 में 50 रन से 1 विकेट गिरी थी, लेकिन उस तरह मिडल ऑर्डर पिक नहीं हुई जिस तरह होना चाहिए थे। बस कोशिश करेंगे इंशाल्लाह।
क्योंकि 17 ओवर में आपके 107 ही हुए थे और 50 हो गए थे पावर प्ले में। बॉलिंग यूनिट आपका बहुत अच्छा है और थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट एंटरटेन भी किया, फाइटिंग दी। जाने से पहले अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताइए एज अ कैप्टन एंड ऑफ कोर्स एज अ टीम पाकिस्तान जूनियर लीग का।
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बहुत अच्छा लीग हुआ है, यंगस्टर के लिए मौका मिल रहा है, बहुत अच्छा इवेंट हुआ है और पीसीबी का हम बहुत शुक्रगुजार है कि इतना अच्छा इवेंट कराया हमारे लिए, तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया पीसीबी।
शाहिद आफरीदी साहब के साथ, मोहम्मद समी के साथ बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला एज अ कप्तान और बाकी टीम मेंबर्स को भी।
जी बिल्कुल, शाहिद भाई और समी भाई, रहमान भाई बहुत कुछ सिखाते हैं, वो बहुत हेल्प करते हैं यंगस्टर के साथ, तो बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला।
चलिए, अच्छी क्रिकेट खेली और इंशाल्लाह अगले साल फिर देखेंगे आप लोगों को। That was a losing captain. I'll require the winning captain to please come and have a word with us. Ubaid Shahid, the captain of Bahawalpur Royals. Ubaid, शानदार परफॉर्मेंस ओवरऑल टीम की और आई थिंक इससे ज़्यादा आप कुछ मांगेंगे ही नहीं अपनी टीम से, क्योंकि इतनी बड़ी विक्ट्री 9 विकेट से एक छोटा काम नहीं होता एक प्रेशर मैच में।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र अदा करना चाहूँ कि हमें कामयाब से हम नवाजा और हम फाइनल में चले गए। बिल्कुल आप ठीक कह रहे हैं, हमने बॉलिंग में बहुत अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस दी और बैटिंग में जिस तरह बासित तहब खेले आउटस्टैंडिंग।
आपकी प्लानिंग थोड़ी सी ज़रा डिफरेंट थी। आपके जो एस बॉलर हैं जिन्होंने 11 विकेट्स ली हुई हैं, उनको आप 13वें ओवर में लेके आए, चांस लिया आपने?
जी थोड़ी प्लान ऐसे किया था कि ईशान को हम मिडिल ओवर्स में ट्राई करेंगे पुराने बॉल से, और जिस तरह उसने डिलीवर किया आउटस्टैंडिंग।
ओवरऑल इस मैच को आपने देखा, कोई ऐसे एरियाज हैं जिसमें आप अपनी टीम से चाहेंगे कल ऑल इंपॉर्टेंट फाइनल में वो भी लेकर आए ग्राउंड पर?
जी हमसे 1-2 चांसेस मिस हुए, इंक्लूडिंग में कैच मिस हुआ, तैयब से भी हुआ, तो वो कोशिश करेंगे नेक्स्ट मैच में और बेटर करें और कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली विन करें।
चलिए, बड़ी बात यह है कि 9 विकेट से मैच जीता है, कल एक बड़ा दिन है and best of luck to you for the final.
Thank you.
Ubaid Shahid, the captain of Bahawalpur Royals. So we're all set to have one last game, the all-important one, tomorrow. Don't forget to join us.
Right, tomorrow is the festive finale day of the inaugural Pakistan Junior League. It'll be match number 19 and we're going to have some live performances here. Asra, Bilal Saeed, Dance Slums will be out here entertaining you. Of course, it's free entry and that's tomorrow, the 21st of October, 6 p.m. The closing ceremony of the Pakistan Junior League 2022. Right, it's the final match. It's been a long journey. And at the end of it all, the Gwada Sharks and the Bahawalpur Royals will be fighting it out for victor in this inaugural Pakistan Junior League. We'll be with you live tomorrow at 19:15 p.m. local time, of course, from the Gaddafi Stadium. Until then, it's a very good night.